everyone, welcome into Camden, South Carolina. We are live at Legion Field for game number 2 of the Upper State semifinals. And I was going to leave a surprise, but as you can see, I got the great one and only Jim Stevens along with me tonight. Jim, how are you?
I'm doing great. I am embedded with this team till the end, so I am traveling with them all the way.
I told everyone, I said, I missed the first game. I'm not missing another one. So here we are at Camden, and they said the PA is a little loud, but we are right in front of the PA booth, and we are right in front of the field. Quickly, for everyone watching at home who's waiting on this game, the reason we do not have a camera is because A, Jeff is doing the Upper State soccer game, girls soccer game, and B, we have a camera. It's a web camera. However, it's really overexposed right now. So you guys get to look at me and Jim until the sun gets a little lower in the sky. So should hopefully, kind of ease into it. I got to get used to the PA being so loud again. I'm so used to football where it's like I'm just used to going, but I'm like, oh yeah, you're not this loud. So.
Well, it's good to be here. I've never been to this field before, and but it's a beautiful field. It really is.
I think you mentioned the pristine, the grass was great.
It really looks great.
Yeah. Don't worry, you'll see it later in the night.
The official state song of South Carolina.
Sounds good. The official state song of South Carolina.
We are honored to have
no, a lot of good stuff going on in Flora Athletics today, Jim.
There is. I tell you, this is the way it is if you're a Falcon fan playing for spring sports. We usually are winning state championships in the spring, or at least going to the finals in pretty much everything. So it's just adding to the trophy case.
Exactly. Shout out Grayson Thomas. She, I believe, took home a state title on the track and field yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, again, good luck to both our boys and girls soccer teams. Girls will be in action right now. You guys can dual cast that on your screens. Of course, baseball underway. Again, if you're just joining us, we have a web camera. It'll be used later in the day. Probably stay out for the first couple innings just so y'all, because I know people keep trickling in as this game gets closer and closer. Early 6:30 start time, I know. So you guys get to look at me and Jim, at least for the first couple innings until the sun goes down. But, yeah. So, girls and boys soccer Upper State Championship today. Softball, they went 1-0. They knocked off Fountain Inn at their place the other night. And, of course, the great Coach Hallett coming over here to talk to us. How you doing, Coach?
Still on Definite Fiction on YouTube?
We are still on Definite Fiction on YouTube. Yeah, web camera will be up later in the game. It's a little overexposed right now. Coach Hallett making sure we're all good to go, and we are. At least I got to make sure. I got to check the stream on my phone. I always try to keep it up, but as y'all saw with the lagging, I wasn't able to see that one. And of course, there's nothing I can really do in that sense when it was lagging that badly, because of it's one of those things where there's no hotspot. But this is a little easier. Yep, everything was good. All right, cool.
Well, I want to give a shout out to Alex, my partner tonight. I tell you that he has been at pretty much every sporting event, and he came in, what was it, 3 years ago?
3 or 4 years ago, yeah.
3 or 4 years ago, and he does a great job with this. He does a lot of research. He knows the stats, and he keeps y'all informed about what's going on. So I'm just going to listen to him.
That's not going to happen. We're going to get him involved. I tell everyone, I think I joked with Charlie and Wensky and Montague on the call the other week. I was like, I got all the stats, but y'all want to start throwing me history? I'm F in history. Jim's got the A+ over here. He'll get y'all hooked up.
I've been with Andy and the AC Flora Falcons since 2001, so I have seen a lot of baseball, a lot of championships, and been with Andy the whole way. So
and I know
it's been fun.
Of course, it's not just Andy's last season, but it is your last season with AC Flora. So how has this run been so far for you?
It's been great. It really has. I've really enjoyed it, and the weather's been nice, and it hadn't been too hot.
Yeah,
up in the press box.
Don't jinx us. We have hopefully a couple of weeks to go. I'm gonna put some background music on so we don't get monetized here. It's the classical music version today, but you keep going.
But yeah, it's been a lot of fun this year, and I'm looking forward. It would be sweet if Coach Hallett could go out with his 8th state championship. I mean, that would be sauce for the goose.
I mean, that's an expression I don't think I've ever heard before, but it does work in this situation. So we're about halfway there. We have 4 wins in the playoffs. You need 9 total to take home the state championship. So theoretically, this starts the back half of the postseason for us, as long as we can keep our momentum going.
Well, I think if we can. We got to do a couple of things. We got to hold our errors down, which we have been doing. The other night we had just a couple throwing errors. But we made up for it on that awesome double play when the bases were loaded. And then at the end when the bases were loaded and Dylan was in his last inning, he struck those batters out, which was very impressive. But, you know, we keep the errors down. We keep hitting the ball like we've been doing, and the pitching stays good. You know, I think we got a good shot.
I mean, I think I said it going into these playoffs, and I think you're one of the people that have noticed it. Last year, I think we put too much stock into trying to be like that 21 team, or just a tad. I think this year the comparisons are finding them now instead of the other way around.
Oh, it is. I mean, all through the year until about maybe 4 or 5 games ago, I kept saying that 21 team was the best hitting team I have ever seen at AC Flora. But I tell you, I think these guys are a little bit better.
I mean, right now we've been doing our job. 84 doubles this year, 20 team home runs. Of course, doubles, that's about 3 a game. Home runs, you know, a little less than 1, but I mean, that 25 team, for reference, hit 25 homers. It's a good amount.
Yeah. And it's going to be sad to see these seniors go. I remember when Roper was going out there with his dad, when Charlie Winsky, his dad, was the AD at Flora, and he'd be out there. He's just a little fella, and he'd be out there at the field and the press, you know, all over the field with his bat and helmet and throwing the ball around. And the one thing he said as he got older, he said, "Mr. Jim," he said, "I hope you stay here long enough just to be able to call my name out." And I said, "Well, I will."
Well, you got hopefully a couple more games of that as well. You know, replications tonight, of course, it's a 3-game series. We are up 1-0 in the series, which means win this one, we go to the Upper State Championship. Of course, you don't talk about it, but with a loss, we'll be playing tomorrow at Falcon Field at 1 p.m.
Right.
So hopefully we're all going to be in bed tomorrow and watching some baseball and whatever else, not this baseball.
Exactly.
And you know, you mentioned Roper. I mean, you know, how long he's been here. Of course, he and 4 other Falcons just got named to the All-State team. Roper, Renski, Jack Chetwood, Tyler Hernandez, and then, of course, Charlie Scott not only got named to the All-State team, he was co-4A Player of the Year along with William Cachal up there in Seneca. And, of course, this Camden team beat that Seneca team. So, they talking to the Camden broadcasters, they said they were a lot more impressed with Charlie than they have been with Cachal, which led them to believe that they gave him the high praise. They said he should have been just the 4A MVP, not the 4A co-MVP.
That's still good.
I mean, he'll take it no matter what. I hope so.
I think so. I think he'll put the trophy on his mantle.
Of course. Now let's meet your Falcons. I'm not sure how they do it here. I know you such a good job. I usually turn it over to you, but now we can go through the lineups for both these teams. Leading off in center field, Charlie Scott, batting second, the second baseman Roper Wensky. Third, the catcher Dylan Hernandez. Cleaning up in right field, it's Tyler Hernandez. Batting fifth, the third baseman Jack Chetwood. Sixth, the first baseman Monty Lafitte. Seventh, the DH Rohan Bremer. Eighth is Joe Ray at short. In ninth, Logan Price in left. On the hill, it's Sam McCutcheon. For Camden, real quick, Bishop leading off. He's in left field. Batting second, Brady Furness at second. Batting third, the shortstop, Clay Ridgway. Batting fourth, on the hill, it's Matt Melichamp. Batting fifth, Dalton Sharp behind the dish. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Maddox Dixon. Seventh, in center field, it's Thorne Tucker. Batting eighth, in right field, it's Dustin Bixby. And batting ninth, it's Kason Newman at third base. No DH for Camden, at least until Melichamp potentially leaves the hill. So a whole announcement for our Falcons. You can see all them lining up. Oh, no, you can't see all them lining up. We can see all them lining up.
Well, I tell you one thing, too, about Jack Chetwood making All-State. That is a great honor for him because he has really blossomed this year. And I was picking up a card for one of the last games, and the coach, I think it was
Daniel, right?
Daniel coach.
Daniel, yeah.
And I think you might have been with me, and they were talking about Chetwood, what kind of gun he had from third base.
I mean, yeah, they were like, "Where's he playing?" And I was like, "Nowhere yet."
Yeah,
Potentially, he can go somewhere probably, but of course I think he's just looking to go to school right now. Of course, Jack can prove me wrong and commit tomorrow. I'll never know.
Right.
But, yeah, no. So it's a big, awesome Flora team and a lot of seniors. We'll see another one on the hill tonight, Sam McCutcheon. He'll look to get this game under wraps, put us to an Upper State Championship bid where you announced it, Jim. Fountain Inn, upset loss on Tuesday.
I know. That was – but, you know, didn't Fountain Inn lose to Wren one time during the regular season, too?
They did. They have 3 losses on the year. 2 of them now are to Wren.
Hunter Bartlett, and
Well,
Travis Burke.
if we have to travel, I'd rather go to Fountain Inn, to be honest with you, because it's closer to my house. Wren's kind of up there.
About to say Wren would be a longer hike. However, with Wren, we only have to go up there once.
Yeah.
We would potentially have to go. We would potentially get to host, games 1 and hopefully not, but also game 3 if it comes to that.
I have to say, I've been to a lot of different high schools in South Carolina over the last 20-something years, but I have never been to Wren, ever.
Really?
I know they're in Piedmont, and that's about all I know.
I think I've passed them about one time, and of course Fountain Inn. If you've never been there, don't worry, you're not out of the loop. Fountain Inn is one of the newest schools in South Carolina. They are, I think, the newest 4A school up until Wake Wiley joins the class next season.
I think they pulled a lot of players from Hillcrest
They
High
did,
School.
yes. Yeah, because I am actually very close to Hillcrest. I drive by Hillcrest when I'm back in Greenville pretty much every day. However, Fountain Inn, I actually never even been. I asked my dad, he's a principal up there. I said, "Where's Fountain Inn?" Because I have no idea. And it's kind of off the interstate, a little ways away. But of course, they took away from Hillcrest. Hillcrest's so big, they're still kind of 5A, kind of like a Wando of the upstate, if you get that sense. They're not as big as Wando, I don't think, but they are still massive. I had one of my good friends go to Hillcrest, beautiful high school. I took the SAT there. So I know that's the fun stat of the day, and a lot of these other Falcons have done that as well. Taking the ACT and SAT and hopefully done a good job.
I think we're getting ready for the national anthem.
I believe so. So we'll step away real quick again. Falcons, Bulldogs, game number 2. Let's go to the Upper State, guys, and you can watch me and Jim pledge allegiance for the national anthem here in a second.
Your student manager is Willie Ballard. Assistant, also Kendall Horner, the photographer. Lester Tucker maintains the field. Your head coach, Denny Beckley. Assisted by Josh Lund, Austin McCaskill, and Brady Wise. At this time, we ask you to stand as we honor our nation by the playing of our national anthem.
All right, let's play some baseball, ladies and gentlemen. And Jim, you know what? We've been at home so much. I've never been on the road. This is the first time I've ever seen us wear the all blues.
They're great-looking uniforms.
They are beautiful. This is a great, phenomenal song that I'm about to mute. I love this song. It was one of my friend's walk-up songs on our former team. But yeah, so let's talk about Mac Mellichamp. The catcher of last game didn't have as great of a day on the plate, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, and that one non-strikeout was that big double play that got us out of the 4th. And I think that really kind of propelled us to go on and finish that game strong.
Yeah, he was not a happy camper.
No. But, you know, he's been a dominant force on the hill. Again, we talked about it last game, if you're just joining us. Last game, Camden, AC Flora, it was a little weird. So, and for early in the season, we played these guys. However, we did not face either Mellichamp or Dixon on the hill. That is because they have been trying to figure out their pitching rotation. And, of course, I reminisce if I not mention, again, we give our condolences over here to Falcon Field. We mentioned him a couple of times tonight because of the bullpen named after him. It's Caden McGuff, the tragic car accident that happened over last summer. I was able to call him on both the Camden team and the Legion team. So my condolences again. I mentioned it last time. We are, rivals on the field. We are not off the field. But either way, you know, I talked about the baseball side of that in a sense, and Camden kind of had to figure out how to work that rotation. They had a couple different pitchers thrown early. Neither was really Mellichamp or Dixon. Now Mellichamp has thrown 5 starts. This will be his 8th appearance, 6th start. He's 3-2 on the hill and a 2.47 ERA. He has been the rock for this Camden team in the second half of the season.
Explain to me, Alex, I was up there about that when you can do it at break, but the illegal pitches from the other night, I've never seen that before. So.
I actually do not know. It's my weak point as an announcer trying to figure out the pitching stuff.
Yeah.
I believe it was his foot was not positioned the correct way.
Well, it kind of messed him up for a while.
It did, yeah. He was able to get out of that second inning, but, you know, we eventually got our dues and knocked him off 6-0. Well, game 2, Legion Field, welcome in again. Webcam will be up a little later today, but you get to look at me and Jim until then. Camden AC Flora, Charlie Scott to lead it off against Mac Mellichamp right on right. Let's have some fun as Mellichamp will work fully out of the windup. First pitch on the way. Looks like a fastball upstairs, ball 1.
I tell you, Charlie Scott is one good athlete. I tell you, from football and baseball, I hadn't seen somebody with that much talent in a long time.
He was incredible on the football field. The one-handed breaking ball stays up around the letters. Ball 1, or ball 2 rather. And you know, this is always fun sitting at this level, Jim. You said you got a different view. You're right on the field.
I know. I'm usually looking over it.
The 2-0 heater stays in tight. 3 straight out of the zone again against Scott, who has been in force at the plate as well. A .574 on base percentage.
I can always tell if they're close and inside or outside, but I never can tell from where I sit whether they're high or low.
Yeah, it was a fastball for strike 1 right in the belt. And you can see right there. That one's right on cue. Usually I look at the catcher a little bit as well as the 3-1 on the way. Heater upstairs and a 5-pitch walk.
Take a walk.
That's how it starts for the co-MVP of the 4A classification here in South Carolina. And again, you guys still have all of the pitch stuff. We have everything. Jeff's hooked us up. Shout out to Jeff for helping us out, getting down here. He allocated his resources very nicely for us, and we were able to provide a hopeful past the 3rd inning full game experience here on Definite Fiction. Well, it's another all-state for AC Flora. Roper Wensky digs in. Charlie Scott, team leader in stolen bases, 23. Does not go. First pitch is a changeup upstairs for ball 1.
Yeah, it's a little intimidating to have 2 all-staters facing you, the first 2 batters.
I mean, you have 4 in the first 5.
Yeah,
the only one who didn't make it is Dylan, which,
really.
Of course, I think Dylan's really come on in the second half of the year. He was also playing well in the first half, but in the second half, he's been excellent for AC Flora. The 1-0. Curveball called. Strike 1 to the outside edge. 1 ball, 1 strike now to the 2-hole.
I always have a feeling that if you need a clutch hit, number 7 is the one you want.
And he leads the team with a .579 runners in scoring position batting average, which is not right now. Someone past second, so of course in scoring position. The 1-1 on the way. Breaking ball doesn't break, stays way too upstairs, ball 2. And Jim, I always do it. I'm going to jinx myself, but he's riding a 22-game hit streak.
Hold on, don't jinx him.
Well, I did it for 19. I've done it for 20. I've done it for 21.
Okay.
So theoretically,
let's go.
Theoretically, we're good.
Yep, I think so.
My announcer jinx is theoretically exhausted. The 2-1. Breaking ball. That one's lined in the left center field. Coming on. Bishop, but that will drop for a base knock. Charlie, his speed will go from first to third. That throw goes into second. And Roper extends his hit streak. Now we have runs to the corners to begin this game.
You did not jinx him.
Not yet. Well, it's a long way to go there. But Roper, again, he has been outstanding. Another hit for the senior. He came in with a .435 batting average, and now it's Dylan Hernandez.
Number 12, Dylan Hernandez.
I tell you, if Dylan can catch one, he swings a lot, and it goes foul in the left. And but those foul balls, if they were straight, they would be home runs.
I joked with him after the game. I was having to fix the stream for that lagging issue, or trying to at least. I didn't want it to work, but I was like, thank you for not hitting one out, because the grief I would have felt. He smoked that ball the other day.
He did.
Oh, right on right. Roper at first. You got Charlie at third, with nobody gone in the opening frame. Mellichamp will step off and look both back. Looked like Roper may have taken off for second there. Well, Roper is kind of, you know, an under-the-radar stolen base threat. 9 stolen bags this year in his senior campaign.
He's deceivingly fast.
Yes, I think that's a lot with these Falcons. You know, you look at Charlie, the leadoff man, who just can run with the best of them, but outside of him and Logan, you don't really think about it. First pitch to Dylan's, a chop side to the left side, that will drop for a base knock. Goes in between Ridgeway and Newman. It's an RBI single for Dylan Hernandez, who almost trips around first base, but it's 1-0 Falcons.
It's a good start.
That is exactly what you needed.
We got a runner coming in. I think it's
should be Lucas Price.
yep, it's Lucas.
And he was the courtesy runner we used yesterday. It's an RBI single for Dylan Hernandez, and again, AC Flora, like we've done to most of these playoffs, Jim, started off hot. So now it's the first and only southpaw here in the lineup, Tyler Hernandez. Melichamp in some trouble early, giving up 2 hits, 1 earned run through the first 3 batters. Tyler, the all-state selection. We'll await. First pitch, he shows bunt. It's a curveball wide for ball 1. Well, Jim, you've seen a lot of players at Falcon Field. Where does Tyler rank in his, just patience at the plate?
It's pretty good. Well, Andy coaches that way. He wants to get the pitch count high for the pitchers, and that's just the way he coaches. And I've not seen very many players come through the 4 program where he just turns them loose and lets them just hit. He likes to be patient. Yeah,
and Tyler leads the team, 26 walks this season. Where is it, 532 on base percentage. He and Zach Sneed are up there, with the best eyes I've seen here in my couple years at AC Flora. Southpaw waits, 1 ball, no strikes. Melichamp delivers the pitch. Fastball call, strike 1 on the outside edge. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Well, Tyler was brilliant on the hill in that win on Tuesday. 6 innings pitched, no earned runs, 3 hits, in a career high, tied a career high 9 strikeouts, and a career high 95 pitches thrown.
That is awesome.
He is outstanding in that Game 1 win. Melichamp looks around, now will deal the pitch. That one's a curveball into center field. Coming on is Tucker. He will have a play and make that one-handed grab for the first out of the game.
All right, now comes the brother.
Now comes Jack Chetwood.
Oh, Jack Chetwood. Okay, I'm sorry.
You got out of order.
I did get out of order.
Yeah,
I'm not looking at it the way I usually look at it.
Well, I think last year it was Tyler then Dylan. Now it's Dylan then Tyler. So I think your years are starting to blend together, Jim, which happens when you're here for about 30. What are you, almost here for 3 decades?
Yeah, 3 decades.
Jeez. Well, it's the all-state selection, Jack Chetwood, up right on right yet again. 1 gone in the opening frame, 1-0 lead for our Falcons.
And Jack has been hitting the ball this year.
466 average. He awaits first pitch. Curveball called, strike 1 on the inside third. Well, Jack uncharacteristically 0 for 2 in the win on Tuesday. However, he's 30 for his last 56. Dates back to all the way into late March. He's been outstanding for AC Flora. 0-1 the count. Melichamp will deliver. Changeup stays in tight. Ball 1. Let me add that out. I'm so used to looking down on the pitch thing, not my stream deck. Now I have to kind of lean over and make sure I'm hitting the right thing.
You're right.
I get to set up my the table I bought for football finally comes into use.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps everything nice and organized up here for us. You can't really see it, but it's a pretty neat table for at least
It's a good table. Great table.
It works.
Yeah, it works.
The 1-1. Curveball stays up high. Ball 2.
Easy to fold up and put in your car.
Yeah, we got everything. They were nicely to buy a chair for myself. I did bring my beach chair, but it's a really low sitting, which is great for the beach, not great for trying to see the baseball field in front of me.
Exactly.
So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 away here in the top of the first. Runners at first and second for AC Flora. You got Price at first, Roper at second. They're shading Jack just a little to the left in the infield as finally Chetwood will call time. Well, Jack came, as a sophomore, and I feel like we saw a lot of these seniors come up as sophomores. Had a slower start to last year, picked it up at the end, and then this year he's just carried all the momentum from last year here. He's been outstanding here at the dish. And a stalwart at third base.
He is a vacuum cleaner.
The 1-1 is chopped over to the second baseman. Tough hop for Ridgway. He gloves it, throws that ball to first, and it will not be in time. That took a really bad hop on Ridgway. He jumped and almost gloved it, but it's not in time, and the bases are juiced now for Chetwood.
I thought it was going to bounce over his head.
I mean, he made a great play just to collect that ball.
He did.
I did not think he was going to get that ball into his glove, and he did.
First baseman number 32, Monty Lafitte.
All right, Monty, let's send one out of here.
So when I was talking to you, Jim, about our all-state selections earlier, you said I was telling you the whole 4, and you said, "Well, Monty got robbed." he's been another great player at the plate. 4-11 this season at the dish. He was 1 for 2 with an RBI in the win on Tuesday. Bases juiced, 1 away. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball upstairs, ball 1.
Well, unfortunately, you can't have all 9 players from Flora being All-State.
No, it feels like that's what we're playing right now, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're just joining us, we will have a webcam up later. It's just a little overexposed with all the sunlight, so hopefully later in the game you'll want to look at me and Jim the whole time. But until then, the 0-1. Fastball low and away. Or excuse me, it was 1-0. Now it's 2-0.
2-0.
2-0 the count. 1 away, bases juiced for AC Flora, trying to put a right hook right into the chin of Camden and Mac Mellichamp. Mellichamp has struggled with walks so far, has walked 1, has not struck any out. The 2-0 is tapped foul to the right side. It'll be 2-1. Well, Mellichamp again, a 2.47 ERA over 28 1/3 innings. He got the win against Seneca up at their place in that second game of the district. That was the game pretty much propelled them to win the district. 5 innings, 2 earned runs pitched, 1 strikeout, 4 walks.
That's a big win for them.
It was a massive win.
Going to Seneca.
Seneca was supposed to come out of that district, and you're supposed to play them. The 2-1's in the dirt. Dalton Sharp behind the dish was able to stop it. However, it's 3-1. As Mellichamp cannot find the zone right now.
You know, I was thinking all year that, you know, our region was a little weak other than us, but, you know, now you got 2 of the region teams in the upper state semis. So.
And I will say, you know, they had to beat York to get here. So it's not like, you know, our other region mates were sitting around. The 3-1 on the way is a fastball high.
Okay, we get another run.
5-pitch walk makes it 2-0 Falcons. That's how you do it right there.
It is.
That's the easiest RBI Monty has all season, 31st of the year.
Batting for the Falcons.
And it's still 1 out.
Number 28, Rohan Bremer.
And now it's Rohan Bremer up. Another right-handed bat. He has been excellent here in this last half of the season. 13 of his last 27.
He's finally seeing the ball.
Yeah, he's that big swing, you know, he has the power to put a charge into that one. And right on cue, Coach Beckley will come out and talk to Mellichamp, who again has allowed 3 hits, walked 2 batters, and he's allowed 2 Falcons to score. Bases juiced here in the top of the first, and you know, this is not the start Camden needed.
And that is what we like to see.
And that exactly, that is the
other coach walking out to the mound.
With only 1 out in the top of the first.
Exactly.
That's how you draw it up, right?
That is how you draw it up.
You know, I was talking to Coach Hout before last game, Jim, and I said that was according to plan, right? You know, the last week in the district. And he's like, if that's the plan, Alex, I'm buying that plan every single week. We were dominant, outscoring opponents. I believe it was 43-10 last week in the district.
Well, I talked to Andy right before the playoffs started, and I said, you know, we got a good seed. Look like we're going to, you know, we got to play well to get through everything. And, you know, he said, and this is typical Andy Hallett, he says, I don't really care who we play, as long as we play at Falcon Field. And that is the truth. There is a horseshoe hanging up above that dugout, the floor dugout at Falcon Field.
That is awesome. And, you know, it's right on cue. We have stayed perfect at home. I believe we only had technically 2 losses at home, 3 losses.
3 losses.
Yeah.
We lost to Blythewood, and we lost 2 in the Forest Acres Classic.
Well, we were on the road one of those games, you know, de facto.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
we'll say 2.
Right.
Well, first pitch to Rohan. The runners go. That pitch is going to be flown out to right field. Bixby ranging back. He's got a read. It'll stay in the yard. Makes the 2-handed grab for out number 2. Tagging at third and scoring is Lucas Price. Going to third is Jack Chetwood. A sacrifice fly for Rohan Burr makes it 3-0.
That's what you want.
He does his job perfectly. So a 3-0 lead for AC Flora.
For the Falcons, the shortstop.
As now it's
9,
Joe Ray.
Joe Ray.
And Joe's due. He's just had some bad luck on his hitting. He's hitting it hard, but he just seems to be hitting it to people. You know, I don't know.
You know, I was telling Charlie in the Forest Acres, I said, can we stop playing pepper with these teams? And he said, you know, I feel like with our field being so much smaller, it makes it harder, you know, for the defense to align. It makes them line up in like right center, left center, which, you know, like we saw, I believe it was either – might have been Joe, but there was someone yesterday who laced one in the left center gap that was run down, and I'm like, that should be down at probably any other field.
Right.
I don't remember who it was. I believe I said gapped, and I was like, well, it's about to be run down. That's just kind of how small our field is. This field's a little easier to get a hit in. 340 down the lines, 390 to dead center. Which, you know, the last time we were here, Charlie hit 2 homers.
And there's not a big old net out in the middle of the center field.
Makes it a little easier. You don't get robbed by the tall net out there.
That's the truth. But I saw Tyler and Monty hit one over that net this year.
Well, I've seen a couple hit over that net. I think Bo Holland smacked one over there, and I was just like, oh my gosh. Of course, he's now at Carolina doing his thing. Well, another right-handed batter here, the 8th man up in the inning for AC Flora. 3-0 lead in the top of the first. Runners on the corners, 2 away for Joe Ray. First pitch on the way. Fastball called, strike 1 to the outside edge. Well, Joe Ray comes in hitting 57, over 56 at-bats. 10 RBIs, but the team high, 3 triples. And this is a field where I feel like it's big enough. If he puts one down one of the lines, it's going to be your triple.
Yep.
The 0-1. Breaking ball in the left-handed box called strike 2. Monty will go to second off of this delayed steal. He cannot draw the throw from Sharp. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 away here in the opening frame. Joe Ray now with 2 runners in scoring position at second and third can put a jolt in his offense. Mellichamp trying to labor through the first. The right-hander kicks and deals the pitch. Fastball, that one's grounded through the other side of the infield. That will be a base knock. Chetwell will score. Monty will get the win there around third. Bixby will have the relay throw in. There is no throw to the plate. It's a 2 RBI single for Joe Ray, and the Falcons start off scorching hot, a 5-0 lead.
Good old Joe. Got him. That was a nice hit.
You said he was due. He took that ball the other way.
Yep.
We are all over Mac Mellichamp, who has not really had a start like this all season. He came in with 10 earned runs allowed. He has now had 5 here in the opening frame.
I don't know how much longer they're going to stick with him.
I mean, right now, they do have someone working in the Caden McGuff bullpen over there. Now here, it's they're too far down the line. I can't see them, but I do know someone's warming up. You know, and the other kind of caveat, the more annoying part for us is Sam McCutcheon's now been sitting in the dugout for the last, 20 minutes. He probably hopefully throwing some pitches to keep warm. Well, Logan Price, the last man in the order up. Right on right, you got Joe Ray at first, perch pitch curveballs over the head of Logan Price, ball 1. I think some pollen just got in my...
got me too.
It wasn't just me, I'll take the... Can't hide the water bottle anymore. The 1-0 is called, strike 1, fastball on the outside edge while I try to regain my voice over here.
Please regain it.
I'm working on it. I don't have the glass in front of me like you do in the broadcast.
I don't think I can sub for you.
1-1 on the way. Curveball. That one's chopped to the left side. Ridgway goes over to his right. Curl hops along through to first is just in time to get the speedy Price for out number 3.
Not a bad inning. Now we got in the second next set we got
top of the order back up.
Got top of the order back up.
Well, a ground out, but can AC Flora keep momentum? A 5-0 lead for Sam McCutcheon. We'll be right back here when he takes the hill. bottom of the first. You get the classical mix today as Jeff took the main scoreboard over. But a 5-0 lead for AC Flora. It was RBIs from Dylan, Monty, and Joe, and Rohan as well. A sac fly for him. A 5-0 cushion, and now Sam McCutcheon will come up here in the bottom of the first, looking to shut down this Camden order. It'll be the all-state selection, Thomas Bishop, to lead off the Bulldogs. Right on right, let's have some fun. First pitch on the way. Fastball high and away, ball one.
We were talking about the pitching while we were offline, but Sam and Tyler have been doing well. So if we can keep those two going, we're in good shape.
They're in very good shape as the one-and-oh curveball is called. Strike one low in the zone. That 12-6 is so hard to hit, and you get to you see that movement from up in the booth, or is that harder to see for you?
It's hard to see that.
As the 1-1 on the way is a fastball high, ball two. You know, well,
we can see the curve balls really well.
That 12-6 just dips right down, and you're kind of caught looking a lot of the time. The 2-1, breaking ball. That one's lined to the left field. Coming on is Logan. He has to play on the hop as Thomas Bishop continues his hot postseason. What is that for him? Now his 8th hit against AC Flora and his 10th hit of the postseason.
He's a hitter.
He went 2 for 3 in the game on Tuesday. He was the best hitter this team saw. And now it's Brady Furness. There we go. So now it's Furness. Southpaw here against McCutcheon. First pitch, changeup upstairs, ball one. Well, Furness was 0 for 1 with a walk. He reached on that weird error we had back in that fourth inning that gave Camden their best threat up until that point. The 1-0. Fastball called, strike one, top of the zone.
I think I'm looking at the gun, and I think he's pitching about 78, 80 miles an hour.
Yeah, so it might have been a two-seamer. I'm not sure. I believe it went more straight than anything, but anyway, Sam's making his 12th start of the year. He's got a perfect 8-0 record with a 2.66 ERA. He was able to get that Game 2 win against Daniel with 4 innings pitched, 2 earned runs allowed, struck out 5, walked 2, and that Daniel team is a very good hitting team, probably one of the best offenses we're going to see throughout the rest of the postseason, maybe besides Fountain Inn. Which reminds me, I got to get that game going. We got to keep an eye on that one.
If we see Fountain Inn.
If we do see them. The 1-1 is popped foul to the left side, will go out of play. Of course, as you announced, Jim, Fountain Inn took a uncharacteristic loss to Wren in a high-scoring game. They lost 10-8, and they already are trailing to Wren now 1-0.
And they had their stud pitcher that's going to Clemson. He got Wren put 5 runs on him first inning.
That was big. The 1-2 curveballs on the dirt, ball 2. Delayed steal from Bishop as he reads it beautifully. He'll get down to second without a throw.
Did you say that Wren is winning right now, or Fountain Inn?
Wren 1-0. Got Wilkins and Hank right next to us, who's asking all the questions. Y'all can get him on the stream a little bit. So.
It's all a community.
Oh yeah, got a great crowd over here to the left of us. They're kind of behind me. I can't really see them as well. I have to turn my whole head now instead of just glancing. Of course, Camden filled out. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody gone to the bottom of the first. Furness awaits. McCutcheon deals the fastball high and in, ball 3. Well, you do not want to allow the first 2 men to reach after a strong inning.
No. Sometimes it takes Sam a little bit to getting in the groove.
Yeah, he's got to find that groove, and once he finds that groove, it's smooth sailing from there. The payoff on the way. Fastball low and in, ball 4, and that'll put runners at first and second. So now it's Clay Ridgway, the shortstop.
Your shortstop, number 2, Clay Ridgway.
Well, Clay Ridgway 0 for 3 in the game on Tuesday. Comes in with 20 RBIs. Camden has yet to score against AC Flora since back in that first game that we played them against this year when it was a 5-2 win for AC Flora. So this will be their 4th game, still only 2 runs against us. Testament to how well we've been pitching against the Bulldogs. Another southpaw here. Junior at the dish. And AC Flora work around some trouble yet again. First pitch on the way. Is it going to be a 12-6 in the dirt? It's all the way away from Dylan. He bluffed a bunt, Ridgway did, and it allows runners to go into scoring position.
Here we go, we got it.
Well, for Sam. He's no stranger to this team. This will be his third game against the Bulldogs in his career. He's went 8 1/3 innings, allowed 10 hits, no earned runs, struck out 9, walked 3. He's looking for a little get back of his own. He was the losing pitcher in that playoff game we had against him last year. The 1-0. Fastball upstairs. That one's flying to the right field. Playing that back on a hop is Tyler. That will be the first run of the game as Bishop comes home from third. Looked like Tyler may have had a play on that one, had to wait back on it late.
It was probably wise.
Yeah, don't want to allow him to get too much too quick.
Your pitcher, number 16, Matt Melichamp.
So for Ridgeway, that's his 21st RBI. Now it's Mac Melichamp who got kind of tallied up early on. 5 early runs for AC Flora against Melichamp. And at the dish, again on Tuesday, he went 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts in the double play. So right on right, here's Melichamp. He's seeing Sam yet again. He's been in every single one of these 6 games these two teams have played these last couple of years. First pitch on the way. 12-6 called, strike 1, top of the zone. So
Get it going, Sam.
That's an important one. I like when Sam breaks out that 12-6 first pitch. I think it really sets him well in the count. And I believe it sets up, the rest of his arsenal.
Right.
However, landing that 12-6 is so dangerous early. You don't want them to start getting a good eye for it. The 0-1. 12-6 is flown into center field. Going over to his left is Charlie Scott. He's got a read, and we'll make the one-handed grab for out number 2. Or out number 1, excuse me, coming in. A strong throw. The throw to third is not in time. So Monty cut that relay throw off to the plate. Tried to get a snap back to the third for Furness. It is not, but it is out number 1, and that's why you don't test Charlie Scott's arm.
That is the truth.
Batting for the Bulldogs, your catcher, number 9, Dalton Sharp.
Now it's Dalton Sharp up. Well, it's a nice first out for Sam. Keeps the runner at third away from home, and now runners at the corners, 1 away. Bottom 1, 5-1 lead for our Falcons. The right-handed Sharp will dig in, who went 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts on Tuesday. Sharp awaits first pitch. Fastball called, strike 1, up in the upper third of the zone. Sam mixing his pitches in very well now. This will be Sam's 16th pitch he's about to throw. 0-1 the count. McCutcheon kicks and deals. Runner from first goes. It swung through and missed. Strike 2. Dillon will hold the throw, so Ridgeway will grab his 14th stolen base.
They don't keep the pitch count on their scoreboard.
No, they don't. I have to keep it manually, and luckily I got Game Changer in front of me.
Yeah.
The table's a little easier accessing the bleachers. I have a little more in my vicinity when I have to, look quite literally every which way on the bleachers. I can still look every which way and see some form of stats here. And I don't have to, key in a little more. 0-2 the count. McCutcheon kicks and deals the pitch. Swung through and missed. Upstairs heater. Sam's first strikeout of his outing, and it's out number 2. That's a big strikeout for Sam.
For the Bulldogs, your first baseman, number 22.
So now it's Maddox Dixon, the starter in game 1. He was great as that wind coming in. I believe it's blowing out, which potentially will help the hitters. Dixon went 4 2/3 innings in the loss with 2 earned runs allowed. He went 0 for 3 at the dish with 2 strikeouts. The southpaw waits and taps the first pitch foul to the right side.
Well, if we can get out of this inning with just 1 run, that'll be awesome.
That'll be a very nice start to our day. Again, 5-1 lead here in the bottom of the first. AC Flora in front against Camden on the road. If you're just joining us, we'll have that webcam up a little later, just a tad overexposed here with the sunlight. But it's going down, so hopefully we'll have it out shortly, and you can see the players, not me and Jim. The 0-1. That ball's on the ground to the first baseman. Lafitte knocks it down. We'll race to the bag and step on first, and that will retire this side. Well, Camden threatens. They only get 1 across, and AC Flora maintains their lead. It's a 5-1 ball game going to the second. is what we do between innings. I check my phone. Welcome back to Legion Field. We are in Camden, South Carolina. Alex Ross, Jim Stevens along with me. Took me a second, but we are live on Definite Fiction for game number 2 of the Upper State Championship semifinal game. The winner of this will play the winner of Wren and Fountain Inn, where Wren is up 1-0 early. A new pitcher, Jim. Thomas Bishop will enter the game for Mac Mellichamp after Mellichamp kind of got beat up in that first inning, allowed 5 earned runs off of 4 hits.
Well, he's a senior.
And he is their star at the dish. First pitch to Charlie's bunted foul right back into him. He tried to bunt for a hit, which he's done so well this season, and just couldn't get one over to first.
I know the strategy is to get him on base, but it breaks my heart when they bunt him.
You always like seeing him hit?
I like to see him hit.
I mean, he has been brilliant. Again, he already reached with the day with a walk. Well, right on right is Bishop will wind and deal the 1-0. No 1. Change up in the dirt. Ball 1. Now it's 1-1. Well, Bishop, he started 7 games. This will be his 8th appearance of the season with a 5.70 ERA. They had to, again, do or die game for Camden. They lose, they're eliminated, so they're bringing out all the stops early. 1 ball, 1 strike to the leadoff man. Bishop will deal. That pitch is lined the other way over the glove of the second baseman,
That's what I like
Furness.
to see from Charlie.
And right on cue, Charlie Scott takes it the other way for a leadoff single. You know, these Falcons, Jim, what's impressing me so much with them is they're hitting to the other field so effortlessly.
Oh, they are. They are.
Batting for the Falcons, number 7, Roper Wensky.
Well, now it's Roper Wensky, who extended his hit streak now to a 23-game hit streak. And, you know, they single. We were talking about the announcer jinx. I feel like Roper feeds off me, you know, reading his stat.
Well, go ahead and say it again.
Now he has a 23-game hit streak, and he has been on point. The RBI leader, who's tied with Charlie Scott, both with 32 this season, but they're being chased down by both Monty and Dylan right now. Another right-handed bat, first pitch. Breaking ball call, strike 1 in the inner third.
Yeah, this year I don't think there's been a year where I've seen so many balls hit out to right field.
I mean, Monty
Line
with
drives.
that 3-run homer to right field. That
Yeah.
one blew the doors off the place in game number 1 against Daniel.
Yep.
The 0-1. Fastball on the ground to the shortstop Ridgeway. A tough hop takes him out. That one hit him.
I think it hit him in the face, hit him in the chin.
I think it hit him in the lower area,
Oh,
Jim.
okay.
Yeah, I think he
We
got.
won't talk about that then.
No, but he is slow to get up.
I usually don't play music when people get hit.
No, it's not your favorite. Roper is on first, though. Hopefully, Ridgeway's okay. I think that one kind of took a late bounce, which has seemed to be the theme of this infield at Camden. Monty kind of got tied up on a ball that took a weird bounce late on him. He was able to recover and make the play at first. Well, always Ridgeway.
Man, he is in some kind of pain.
Yeah, we'll step away here for a second with put some music on in the background. All right, we are back here. It looks like Ridgeway will stay in the game, who took a hit below the belt, but he's going to stay all right. It will be ruled an error on Ridgeway, a really tough one to come across. Again, Wren's still up in that game. They're playing at Wren, Fountain Inn and Wren, top of the fourth, 1-0 lead for the Golden Hurricanes. It's big for our Falcons, which if they win, we host throughout the Upper State Championship.
That would, like Coach Hallett says, he wants to play at Falcon Field.
And me and Jeff Stroud would be a lot easier. Well, right on right, Dylan Hernandez up. Runners at first and second with nobody gone in the top of the second. Thomas Bishop, who took over from Mellichamps on the hill. Runners go, first pitch in the dirt, gets away from Sharp, goes between his legs, all the way to the backstop. So Charlie takes third and Roper will take second. Well, you know, we started off hot again yet, Jim. 5 runs in the opening frame, and now runners at second and third. We really could put a dagger into them early.
I say let's put 5 more up.
I mean, let's make it an early evening for us.
Really?
I'm off. I get a rare Saturday. Well, I get a rare Saturday off. I had to take it off in case we play tomorrow, but I get to chill tomorrow.
Really?
I know it's very rare.
What are you gonna do?
That's a great question. Well, tell me that after this game. We'll get there. Infield for Camden comes in. 1-0 count to Dylan. Bishop will kick and deal. The pitch is low, a changeup. This one is stopped by Sharp. It's ball 2. Well, Dylan, with an RBI last at bat, now has 30 on the season. With a jolt into the outfield, he may get to overtake both Roper and Charlie as the team leader in RBIs. And that would be impressive. Now we have 3 players, 4 I believe with Monty, who have 30-plus RBIs this year. The 2-0. Fastball up around the letters, ball 3. Well, Dylan in these playoffs been brilliant. 7 for 11, 3 doubles, a homer, and now 13 RBIs. Does he have the green light, you think, 3-0?
Definitely.
We'll see if they give it to him. Bishop will deliver. The pitch. Fastball called, strike 1 in the outer third.
I remember seeing Dylan I go in the mornings to Brugger's and get coffee, and he was in there one morning. I didn't realize how tall he is. He is a tall guy.
He's a big dude. I'm annoyed. I did not get the height genes. I am 5'8". Dylan did. Dylan is well over 6 feet. So 3 balls, 1 strike to the 3-hole hitter now. Bishop will deliver. The pitch, the fastball low. That will be a walk, and it will load him up with nobody away.
And here we got a runner coming in.
Yes, this will be, I believe, Lucas Price yet again.
Yep.
Well, Camden struggled with walks in their Tuesday game against AC Flora. They threw 8. Now they've walked 2. This will load him up. Bishop, no stranger to walks. He's walked 24 batters in comparison, well, now 25 in comparison to his 17 strikeouts.
You know, Alex, I don't think, Camden knows, but I just don't think these teams we're playing expect this kind of hit.
No, they were not. The first pitch to Tyler, those southpaws upstairs, ball 1. A fastball, and I agree. I think both these teams are playing so differently back in those first games, but AC Flora, I think especially, their lineup has been just hitting. What are we? In the playoffs, a .495 batting average as a team? That's incredible. Nearly unheard of. The 1-0.
And didn't we 10-run every region game except for the first one against them, against Camden?
Yeah, we have. Actually, that's a good point. I'm not sure if we did.
I think we did.
I think that checks. I didn't even think about that, but I believe you're right, Jim. That's a great. We've run ruled every single playoff game except against Camden. Excuse me, ground the right side of the infield for a base knock. Charlie will score. Roper will be right around third. The relay third of the plate is cut off. He'll go into third as Lucas Price gets into third. A 2 RBI single for Tyler Hernandez puts a Falcon lead up to 7-1. It is all AC Flora here early.
And no outs.
I mean, this is the dream start, right?
It is. I mean, this is what we need. These guys are focused.
You know, I think we always try to stay away from it. You know, you try to stay away from the downsides. Last year's playoff run, and you know, getting bounced in the first round. But listening to Tyler when he was talking to Lou Bajak after their win on Tuesday, he's like, yeah, he's like, it's big for me. I've never out of the first round as a senior, and of course now they're not just out of the first round. They are a couple innings away from going to an upper state championship. Well, Jack Chetwood up right on right. First pitch is a fastball called, strike 1 in the top of the zone. I mean, how important would this be just to continue to really pounce on Camden?
Get it 10-1 or 11-1. Have that 10-run lead.
Exactly how the region set went. As Bishop steps off, looks both runners back. Again, it was a close game in game 1 of the region set. Then we blew them out here at Camden. Has shade to being the same thing. It was a 13 game back in March, 13-0 game. Now it's 7-1. And this will bring Coach Hallett to talk to the umpire. You know, we saw this last time, Jim. You were asking me. It's not my strength, but I believe in the Tuesday game when Dixon was on the hill, it was something with his foot. I wonder if it's similar here with Coach Hallett, potentially trying to induce a balk that would score a run.
I think that's what he talked to him about. He was wondering. I think he thought it was a balk.
You know, and you know, with pitchers stepping off, you kind of have that little weird motion where potentially they make one kind of flinch somewhere, flinch home. Because if you flinch home, it's a balk. The 0-1, breaking ball on the ground to the left side. It will go foul to the left of the third base bag. 0-2 now to Chetwood. Now we get that Wren score up. Always keeping an eye on them. Again, both teams would be off until Tuesday, and that first game will be at home at Falcon Field. If Fountain Inn wins and we win, we'll be up at Fountain Inn on that Tuesday. But Wren is a threat brewing. 2 on, nobody gone to the top of the 4th for the Golden Hurricanes to lead at 1-0. The 0-2 to Chetwood. Fastball away. Ball 1. Now delayed steal will be a run down between first and second. Now they're going to throw it home. That throw to Lucas Price is not in time. The runner at second is safe because it looked like, I believe it was Tyler, kind of stutter stepped in between.
We froze the second baseman.
Yeah, Furness got the ball. Look back, Tyler. All of a sudden, Lucas breaks for the plate. He throws it home. Lucas scores. 8-1 Falcons, and Tyler is safe at second. That's how it works.
That's how it works.
So now Chetwood has another runner in scoring position. He hits .429 with them there. He had a single last at-bat. Can he continue the Falcon offense? 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody gone here in the top of the second. The pitch on the way. Change up in the dirt, ball 2.
I remember the 2017 team that won. We went up in Fort Mill, and all through the playoffs, Andy was just creating havoc on the bases, running these guys when they didn't think, the other teams didn't think they were going to run, and it was a joy to watch.
I mean, I don't think teams have seen base path, kind of the small ball we use here at Falcon Field, AC Flora. I guess not Falcon Field. Not Falcon Field today. Right. Legion Field over in Camden. The 2-2 on the way from Bishop. That one's bounced over to the left side. Foul. Chetwood stays alive. Well, Bishop still hasn't recorded an out so far. He's allowed 2 hits, 2 earned runs. Well, I guess we'll believe 1 earned one and 1 unearned run to AC Flora hitters. He's walked 1 as his 5th batter at the dish, and this will be, I believe, his 18th pitch. Bishop kicks and deals the 2-2. Slider in the dirt, ball 3 as Chetwood works all the way back from an 0-2 count. It's full.
Very patient.
As you said, this is how Coach Hallett does it. Chetwood's drawn 15 walks this season. First base is open, but it brings up the dangerous Monty Lafitte, who's in the hole, or on deck, excuse me. It looks like he's in the hole from where he's standing right now. He's close to the dugout. The payoff on the way. Fastball high. Chetwood works back from 0-2 and draws the walk, and the Falcons continue to move the train.
Monty Lafitte lives for this.
I mean, the same situation back against Daniel. Really put the hammer down against the Lions. A 3-run opposite field blast.
He took that Wake Forest commit out of the game.
Yeah, Spillards. He was, of course, all-state as well. He was great for the Lions, but he got shell-shocked against AC Flora. So right on right, runners at first and second. Still nobody gone in the top of the second. It's Monty Lafitte up, who had an RBI walk his last go-around. First pitch is a bunt right back to the pitcher. Bishop will look at second and will just throw to first instead. It's for an out, but both Flora runners advance to scoring position. And you probably know better than I do, Jim. How much goes into the bunting at practice for AC Flora?
A lot. And I feel like in high school baseball, it's kind of a lost art. You know, about 10 years ago, we had some excellent bunters. And I don't know, you got to work on it. You just can't, it's like shooting a basketball.
I think it's a lost art in baseball, too,
yeah.
I would say. Not just the high school level. So the
and it's so important.
I mean, you just saw what happened there. If Rohan does what he did last at bat, puts one in to right field, then it's a sac fly yet again. And AC Flora then, manufacture another run. It's a potentially double play. You never know what's going to happen. First pitch on the way. Slider away, ball 1. Of course, you don't think Monty's going to ground and double play, but you still don't want to take your risks.
But Logan can bunt, and so can Charlie.
And, of course, Joe Ray is a phenomenal bunt.
Yeah.
He's on deck.
He is.
A lot of these Falcons bunt. Well, infield in, 1-0 the count now. AC Flora in front, 8-1 in the top of the second. Upper state championship just innings away now. The pitch. Fastball upstairs, ball 2. Up in the Piedmont area, Wren still leads 1-0. They have the bases juice with 1 away.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, they're can add on to that 1-0 lead and knock off Fountain Inn. That would be another upset. I mean, Fountain Inn's been wire to wire the #1 team in 4A and a top 5 team in the state, according to pretty much every publication. The 2-0. Fastball called, strike 1 to the outside edge, 2-1. Oh, excuse me, I forget Wren's at home. Fountain Inn is the bases loaded with 1 away. They just tied it 1-1. Excuse me. See, that's why I leave my, I leave the calling games, not to figure it out what happens with them. The 2-1 on the way. Breaking ball, that's on the ground. Diving stop from the shortstop, Ridgeway. He looks back the runner at third. Will throw to first for the out. The throw into third, and they out at the plate. They double play, the 6-3-2 double play to get out of the inning. They tried to score Tyler. He does not slide in safely, but AC Flora continues their onslaught, 8-1 lead going on to the bottom of the second when we come back. For those still listening, I'm gonna just flip to the webcam. You're gonna, you may see it. I'm not sure actually how this is gonna work. I'm gonna see if it's possible. Not yet. All right. Sorry for those who are. Yep. Sorry about that. That was the webcam. It's a little bright, as you can see, which is why we're not using it yet. Sun's dropping though. Should hopefully be able to use it by probably hopefully next inning. So we'll go away for 1 more second. All right, so after I flashed a white screen on y'all's face, we are back for the bottom of the second. AC Flora, firm control, 8-1. It'll be 7-8-9. I will say this is a pretty good walk-up song. I do like this one. You're in trouble. Well, it's Tucker, Bixby, and Newman here. Right on right. First pitch on the way from Sam. Fastball called, strike 1, top third of the zone.
These walk-up songs, I always have to listen to them before I put them out on the field.
Have you vetoed any up there?
I have vetoed a few a long time ago, but
The 0-1 sky-high pop-up right behind home plate. I lost it. I believe it's way over us, though.
But they have learned. They can't fool me.
Well, it's funny. I do some PA at Columbia International, a very Christian college, and they have to deny them all the time. I believe they denied, what was it? Song of the South, maybe? The 0-2 on the way first. Called, strike 3. Got him window shopping on the outside edge, and there's 1 away.
I'll say it's a changeup. You probably wouldn't throw
But
I think my favorite walk-up song this year is Chet Woods.
I think it's perfect because it goes Jackson and Monty's, you know, the vibes of the walk-ups. I need to get both of those from them before the season's over. But Chetwood has a phenomenal guitar riff in there. Guitar riff, excuse me. So now it's Dustin Bixby up. The right fielder, he was DH4 in the first game between these two teams this week. He's now at the dish. First pitch on the way from Sam is a fastball that's weakly tapped back to past the mound. It'll be the shortstop Joe Ray who makes the smooth throw. The first and there's 2 away, just like that.
I have to say, Alex, these uniforms do look good out there.
I love them.
That red cap and light blue and Flora on the front.
I like the just Flora. I don't.
Yeah.
You know, I think the standard Flora with a nice font look very clean. We don't get to see these a lot again. We're at home so much. Well, it's another right-handed bat. It's the 9-hole. Kaysen Newman up. Bases cleared, 2 away in the bottom of the second. Sam will kick and deal the first pitch. Swung through and missed. Change him on the outside edge.
It was kind of funny. I was on the Booster Club board when they decided to make all the Flora stuff, right between all the teams.
Yeah. Call strike 2 on the outside edge. Fastball.
And it really looks good now that all the teams have the same font and look and everything like that.
I mean, Flora blue, indistinguishable. I love it. Well, Newman went 1 for 2 in the game on Tuesday. He had one of the couple hits Tyler allowed. Sam trying to go through a 1-2-3 second. The 0-2 on the way. Fastball misses wide. Ball 1. I believe half the infield thought that was good.
That was a hard one not to call a strike on.
Well, the umpire does just that. It'll be a 1-ball, 2-strike count as Sam will kick and deal the pitch. Swung and missed, a curveball in the dirt. Dylan collects, throws to first. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Sam McCutcheon. He strikes out 2, and the Falcons keep that 8-1 lead going to the 3rd. We come back. Welcome back to Legion Field here in Camden, South Carolina. It's game 2 of the Upper State semifinals between AC Flora and Camden. And it's been all AC Flora, an 8-1 lead for our Falcons. It'll be 8-9-1 here against Thomas Bishop, who stays on to pitch for the 2nd straight inning. Relief Matt Melichamp, who got beat up in his first go-around. So right on right, Joe Ray. First pitch to him is a fastball in tight, ball 1.
He might bunt him. I don't know.
This would make sense to button Joe Ray. You know, they're still playing him a little farther back. It's the 3rd baseman Newman, who right on cue, I believe, creeps into the grass. The 1-0. Breaking ball called, strike 1, breaks across the heart of the zone. Where Joe Ray had that big 2 RBI single back in the 1st that really got the Falcons going. Gave them a 5-run cushion. Now Bishop will wheel and deal the 1-1. Swung through and missed, an upstairs changeup. It'll be 1-2.
If we could get Joe and Logan on.
I think that's what helped us against Daniel so much, get the bottom of the order up for the top half.
Really?
Well, the 1-2 yet again. Breaking ball stays just in tight, almost hits Joe Ray. Ball 2. Well, Jim, this is your return to the mic. When was the last time you were on a streamer for Definite Fiction?
I'm trying to think. It's been a while.
Was it James Island?
No,
does hit Joe.
That hit Joe.
Yeah, that one hits him right in the 9.
No, I think I was there at James Island, but Lou from the state, he was doing it, and somebody else. But then Jeff said, "You can come in here and join him." I said, "Nah, I just want to sit here and enjoy the game." I'm enjoying the game now, but you know, I was kind of, it was state championship, and I wanted to just watch it.
Oh yeah, I understand. Well, you know, that was number 7. Number 8, hopefully, would be this year. Is Coach Howell out in the field checking on Joe Ray, who got hit, I believe, right under the left shoulder blade. It's never a fun place to get hit.
But I think one of the games that Jeff and I did was a basketball game up in Greenville, and boy, it was wild.
You guys talk about that all the time.
Oh, man, those Greenville folks are very mean.
Yeah, well, I remember the last time my dad actually asked me, we played Greenville in baseball, and he's like, yeah, the principal, because he's a good friend with the Greenville principal. And he's like, the principal said the Flora fans are a little rowdy. I'm like, no. Let's not pull that card out. That's not how that worked. So it's Logan Price. And Joe Ray on first pitch to him. That one's lined right back into center field. Tucker comes on, racing in. He makes the one-handed grab for out number 1. And sliding back into first is Joe Ray.
it is a different perspective here than because up top I could have told you he was going to catch that, but here it's it's a different perspective looking at it right now. From
It's always
here.
weird. I feel like I get used to going up. I go between football everywhere. I go up top, bottom, top, bottom, top, and now I'm bottom, which is it's nice for baseball. I can see what they throw. But, Now back to the top of the order. Charlie Scott. He's 1 for 1 with a single and a walk today. The All-State commit awaits first pitch. Change up called. Strike one in the inner third. Well, again, the for a State Player of the Year, taking his talents to the Citadel next year. But he's been getting a lot of MLB draft type years of late. Jim, I don't know if you've been paying attention to that.
I have. Andy said that the was it the Padres that are looking at him? Maybe
Padres. I believe I've heard the Giants and maybe the Marlins have all taken visits to watch this man play.
Well, I don't know if it'll change his plans for next year, but maybe a year after that.
It might. The 0-1 to Charlie. Change up in the dirt. Stop by Sharp. Is ball one. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away here in the top of the third. AC Flora 8-1 lead. They scored in both the first and second frames here against the Bulldogs. They pounced on Camden and trying to keep their feet on the gas. Joe at first, 4 stolen bags, doesn't go. The pitch, that one's chopped up the middle. Ridgeway waits back on it, throws on the second for 1. The turn in the first is not in time. It's a low skipper that Dixon has to collect, but Charlie beats it out. I'm so used to hearing all the walk-up songs. It's weird not hearing any walk-up songs coming in today. I'm just waiting for, what's it called? Pocket full of sunshine?
I cannot name Ross Moorhead, who was doing the scoreboard with me.
Yeah.
We were talking about that the other day. We cannot name any of the walk-up songs except for Chetwood.
Yeah, well, Pocket of Sunshine, I believe. Yeah, that's what Roper rocks. And that's, I believe, an early 2000 song. Well,
Ross and I are old guys there.
I mean, swung on and missed. Charlie will try to take second. It hits the mound, so Charlie will swipe second. As that looked like get a late jump on it. It was a good pitch to throw. Strike one, though, swing and a miss. Well, Charlie continues to have that team high now, that 24th stolen bag. He moves into scoring position now for Roper Wensky, who leads the team in that category. He'll look to retake the lead against his good friend at second. He hits .579 with runs in scoring position, 32 RBIs for the College of Charleston commit. Bishop, the 0-1. Fastball in the dirt, gets away from Sharp. It will actually skip back towards Bishop, but Charlie heads up base running, takes third.
I tell you, those pass balls like that, they'll end up catching up with you.
Well, that's 2 now that we've seen in the dirt this inning, I believe. 1 more pass ball. Charlie's got the speed to score. There's no brick back here. It's all fence, which means that ball is not going to carry on back to the catcher.
Nope.
I'm sure Coach Hout will manufacture one any way he can. The right-hander kicks and deals the 1-1. That ball skips away yet again from Sharp. That will go toward the Camden dugout. And as you said, that is run number 9 as Charlie scores. Well, that's one way to keep Roper from taking the team lead in RBIs. Charlie will just do it himself. Well, AC Flora now in front 9-1. Bases cleared for Roper Wensky. 2-1 the count. Infield playing Roper normally. As Bishop will deal the 2-1. Fastball up around the letters, ball 3.
How fast do you think he's throwing, Alex?
I would say mid-8, maybe mid to low 80s. Maybe a bit faster than Sam, but not by much. Nothing we haven't seen before this year. The 2-1 is popped into the air to the left side. Newman, the third baseman, changing it, racing it over, and it will just get over the fence for a foul ball. It's a 3-1, so it'll be 3-2.
3-2 count with 2 outs. Nobody on.
So 3-2 the count, 2 away here in the top of the third. AC Flora 9-1 lead as Roper Wensky trying to keep the train moving. Get the heart of that order up right after. It's Dylan, then Tyler, if it gets that far. Bishop will deliver the payoff. Fastball off the hands of Roper and foul back. We'll do it one more time. Nice piece of hitting from Roper. I feel like he's been such a pesky hitter. He's such a tough out.
He is a very tough out.
Yeah, he was on base all 4 times on Tuesday. 2 for 2, 2 hit by pitches, and 2 stolen bags. The payoff yet again. Fastball, that one's flying right back where it came from into center field. Roper ropes one through the middle of the diamond, and we'll get a 2-out single.
And that was some fine hitting.
He does such a good job, just battling off pitch he doesn't want to see, finally gets one he does want to see and makes it count. So now it's Dylan Hernandez up.
Batting for the Falcons,
Roper up
number
first with
12,
2
Dylan
away.
Hernandez.
Dylan, just go ahead and launch one.
I mean, that would be nice. Gives a 10-run cushion already. Again, Dylan has been the RBI leader in the playoffs, along with Monty, I believe. The tall catcher awaits. Bishop delivered. The first pitch. Slider wide, ball 1.
He's having a hard time with his location.
That's been the theme of Camden, though. Again, they've now hit 1 batter. They've walked 4 today. I believe they walked 8 on Tuesday and hit 3 of them.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, that'll catch up with you. You can't do that. You can't put them on base.
Throw back to first. It's
Oh,
way
you see?
wide to Dixon. That was a pickoff that Roper may get third on. The right fielder was all the way in right center field, Bixby. So Dixon,
See, that's the kind of stuff you can't do.
No,
When you're in playoff ball, you cannot do that kind of stuff.
no. And that is a horrible play because, you know, now all of a sudden Roper's at third, a wild pitch, which we've already talked about today. And, of course, this inning may manufacture another Falcon run.
And I'm looking out of that Camden infield, and their heads are bowed. They're not up.
No, they are not. There's no one in the Caden McGuff bullpen, which means this is Elise Bishop's inning to go. Sam has gotten some long breaks between innings. And he's got to be happy with his offense right now. AC Flora here in the playoffs, averaging 13 runs per game. They're on track to do just that yet again. The 1-0. Breaking ball. That one's on the ground to Ridgway. The shortstop gloves it. Curl hops twice to throw into first in time to retire the side. However, AC Flora tacks on another. It's a 9-1 lead going to the third. We come back. Again, sun keeps going down, so I'm going to check one more time on that webcam, see if we can't get that again. So, in regards, 1, 2, 3. I believe we're close to getting that one up. It looks blue, but it looks doable in the near future. So, we'll keep this one over here. Again, we'll be right back. All right, we are back live on Definite Fiction. A 9-1 lead for AC Flora going into the bottom of the third. As Sam has done his job and with some help of the offense, has kept that Falcon lead intact. We scored 5 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third. And now, top of the order up for Camden, who have to try to keep fighting to keep their season alive.
And it is very important for Sam to stay in as long as he can for his confidence.
Absolutely.
Because we're going to need him down the road.
Yeah, right now it is 5-2 Fountain Inn up in Wren. Wren has 1 on and 1 out. We're keeping an eye on that game again. AC Flora with a win and a Wren win will host games 1 and potentially 3 of the Upper State Championship. With a Fountain Inn win, we'll be on the road for 1 and 3. So we'll keep an eye on that one, but it'll be Sam McCutcheon, top of the order. It's Thomas Bishop who led off the bottom of the first with a leadoff single last time he went. Right on right, first pitch on the way. Fastball low and in, ball 1.
This is nice that they're just getting through their lineup.
You know, we've already been through it, and this will be our 3rd time through the order.
Exactly.
It's not their 3rd time through the order. Well, Bishop has thrown 43 pitches. Sam, I believe, has only thrown out to almost number 28. So, it's a good start. 1-0 the count. 12-6 called. Strike 1 in the inner 3rd. 1 ball, 1 strike now to the leadoff man, Bishop, who has been excellent at the dish. 462 batting average, on base 592. 3 homers, 24 RBIs.
That's impressive.
Very. The 1-1. Change up. Did he go? No, he did not. Is inside for ball 2. Yeah, in the playoffs, he's really turned it up. He's now 10 for 13 with 3 homers, 2 doubles, 1 triple, and 11 RBIs. The 1-0. Excuse me, 2-1. That's a hot shot over the 3rd base bag. Foul. 2 in. I keep seeing the 2 right in front of me, and that's the strike. The ball's to the left of that, and I just don't keep looking over that far.
It's messing me up a little bit too.
I should just. We have the scoreboard right here. I'm doing a great job keeping up with it, I believe. Yeah. So again, webcam should be hopefully on within the next inning or so. Still a little blue. The 2-2 on the way. 12-6 just tapped foul. Bishop spoils a great pitch from Sam. Well, you see Flora taking the about hour-long bus ride. Traffic was not fun on the way over here. 2-2 on the way. Fastball upstairs, that'll fill her up. Now you said you had a little bit of tough traffic leaving Columbia as well.
Yeah, coming in 77 and then hitting 20 till we got to Clemson Road, and then it loosened up.
Yeah, that was pretty much the same thing with me. Payoff on the way. That ball is flying to the deep left center field. Going back is Charlie. He has room at the warning track. Falls down and makes the grab.
God knows. That's Charlie Scott right there.
Yes, it is.
That catch he made against Daniel, that was crucial.
I mean, that potentially saved a massive inning
It
from
did.
happening.
I mean, that would have been a new ball game if it had gotten by him.
Yeah, great play from Charlie. Looked like he tripped over the outfield grass, just like we saw a little bit on Tuesday, but he stays with it and makes the grab. Citadel Commit has been doing it all around the diamond this year. Now it's Brady Furness who walked his first go-around. Southpaw here against Sam as they play the music really long here. I know y'all can't see on the stream. That's a couple times the umpires had to kind of wave him off. First pitch from Sam. Changeup upstairs, ball 1. I
try when they step into the box, I cut it off.
You got to give them their moment as long as possible, but at some point, AC Flora has not lost a game here at Camden in over a decade. The 1-0 on the way. Fastball, that one's driven into right field. Tyler ranging back, he's got room and makes the one-handed grab. There's 2 away.
I don't want to say they're making it look easy, but they're making it look easy.
I say my announcer jinx is good, but maybe potentially yours still is a little off. Let's not worry about that yet. So 2 away now for the 3-hole. Clay Ridgway. Ridgway took one a little below the belt a couple innings ago, but he looks to be all right. Made a nice couple plays over there at short. Now the southpaw waits. First pitch. Changeup is bounced to the right side and foul. 0-1. Ridgway has the only RBI Camden's been able to muster against AC Flora. It was an RBI single. That brings us total to 21. The 0-1. Fastball called, strike 2, right down Broadway. Well, against AC Flora, Ridgway now just 5 for 16. That was his first RBI. He's behind 0-2, the pitch. 12-6, swung and missed in the dirt. Sam pulls the string. Dylan throws down to first.
3 for 3.
Sam has been brilliant. Now his fourth strikeout, excuse me. And AC Flora leads it 9-1. All right, this is going to be my inningly update. I'm just going to, again, be a little blue yet again. We're hoping we can get that out there. Still just a bit too overexposed. Yeah, hopefully once the sun goes down, we should get, it'll just be the lights Yeah, I noticed that a little bit with me and Jeff when we were testing it out earlier today. It was a little blue, so hopefully, even though it'll be blue, you can at least see what's going on a little better. And there is no way to make it. I'll try to rearrange it so you can see the field a little better, but there's no way to make it in or out. Looks like Cray Ridgeway going to the mound. We'll be right back when he comes back. Welcome back to Falcon Field. A new pitcher in there for Camden. It's Clay Ridgeway, making his 11th appearance of the season. Which will bring us some defensive alignments. I'll get you those in momentarily.
Looks like they're not going to warm up anybody in the pen for Camden. They're just going to trade out infielders and outfielders.
Yeah, they're going to try to figure out something that works for him. The right-hander will wind and deal. The first pitch is low for ball one, a fastball. Little Nestor Cortez-esque with the kind of turn before he throws it home. Well, it's right on left as Hernandez. Tyler leads off. The 1-0. Breaking ball called. Strike one. Dips into the outside part of the zone. Well, Newman will slide from third to short, and Thomas Bishop will re-enter the game at third base. He's been now in left at short and on the mound. The 1-1. That one's on the ground to the right side. The backhand from the first baseman Dixon does not grab it. It'll trickle into right field, and that will be a base knock for Tyler Hernandez. Nice job from Tyler. Dixon had very little chance to make a play on that.
Falcons number 1, Jack Chetwood.
And now it's Jack Chetwood up. Tyler on first. Nobody gone here in the top of the fourth. AC Flora in front 9-1. We are live on Definite Fiction. Hopefully that webcam coming to you momentarily, but potentially, hopefully don't need it for too long.
By the time it comes up, maybe it finished.
I hope so. Right on right. First pitch is a fastball wide, ball one. Well, Jack has reached base both of his times, a single and a walk for Chetwood. Tyler, who has his second hit of the day, is at first. AC Flora looking to go a perfect 5-0 here in the postseason and move on to the Upper State Championship without really having a close game. I mean, Camden was closer, I believe, on Tuesday, but they pull away late.
I still say they needed that one. They needed to have a close game.
I would agree. The 1-0. That one's driven in the deep left field. Going back is Graham, and it will make the grab just shy of the track. He spun around, but stays with it as Chetwood just comes up short of a wall shot. It'll be out number one. That one looked like it had a lot of potential off the bat.
I thought it might have been over the fence.
Yeah, usually when they kind of flip their hips, they would play on the ball, but Chetwood just missed it.
It's a difficult perception down here.
And it's a deep field, too. Again, that's probably about 350 where Jack hit that.
Exactly.
Pickoff back at first, not in time. Tyler stays close to the bag. Tyler, just one swipe bag so far this season. He's not a stolen base threat, but he'll get dirty if he has to. Omani, who's walked in and given a sacrifice bunt today. First pitch to him. Change up inside, ball one. Sharp stays in front of it. Well, this Falcon team, a 2.09 ERA here this season. Camden, 4.24. I think we're seeing the kind of effects of that right now.
It is just day and night compared to last year. It's amazing.
In what regard do you mean?
Hitting, just hitting.
The 1-0 fastball.
I just felt like last year we just went into a shell when the playoffs start, and we were either striking out or hitting it to people. We just couldn't get any runs. Couldn't hit, couldn't get runs. It was frustrating.
Well, it feels like, as you said, the opposite of that happening right now. 2-0 the count here at Lafitte. Ridgeway fires the pitch. That one's chopped over to the left side off the glove of Bishop to the shortstop. Newman will glove it. The throw into first is high and not in time. An infield single for Monty Lafitte. I think that's a single. I'll roll out a single all day.
I'd give him a hit on that.
My favorite thing in the Blowfish broadcast booth, we'll always be chopping it up. We're like, is that a hit? You think it's a hit, right? That's a hit.
Oh, there used to be a scoreboard operator that worked with me, and he was so funny. he was very tight on errors and hits. And if it hit the glove, it's an error.
That'll be Sawyer Cannon, who will pitch run for Monty Lafitte. That is not a courtesy runner. It is a pitch runner. Monty Lafitte will be subbed out of the game. Technically, if you're keeping track with us at home, Sawyer Cannon over at first represents the potential winning run for AC Flora. We're up by 8.
You think he's going to pitch Monty? Why he took him out?
I don't think so. I can't see in our bullpen. It looks like there's some work, but right now, I mean, no reason to extend Sam. He's been great, but, you know, we're an 8-run cushion right now. Rohan up, right on right for Ridgeway. The right-hander deals. The first pitch is a fastball low, ball 1. Well, real quick for Ridgeway, making his 11th appearance, a 4.23 ERA over 34 2/3 innings pitched. He is right there for the most innings pitched for this Camden team, now behind Sharp, who pitched 35 1/3 so far this season. The pitch, slider called, strike 1.
That was a good pitch.
So 1 ball, 1 strike now to Bremer. Well, another, Fountain Inn loss in the number 1 seed in the lower state loss. Gray Collegian got upset by North Augusta.
I know, it's crazy.
It's a wild postseason. Always is in 4A, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Fountain Inn has a 6-2 lead now over Wren. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, a changeup through low in the zone. It's now 1-2.
I have a sneaky feeling we're going to if we go to the state, we're going to play Airport. I just have a feeling.
That's kind of who I thought was going to get through the lower state bracket. I didn't know Hartsville as well, so I was a little hesitant to put Airport there, but it feels like Airport's they turned it up in the postseason. They haven't lost a postseason game in now 2 years. The 1-2. Bremer
Well, I don't know if you've ever been to Hartsville. I have, for football and baseball, and both the fields are not even close to the high school.
I've been to football for Hartsville, not been to baseball.
They're cows out there.
There are cows. It is in the sticks of South Carolina.
It is.
It is absolutely out there. So 2-2 to Bremer now. Runners at first and second. The pitch from Ridgeway swung through and missed. An inside changeup for out number 2. That's the first strikeout so far through the first now 4 innings for Camden. And just the second one these Camden pitchers have been able to get on AC Flora. So it'll be Joe Ray, 2 on, 2 away. So now it looks like it'll be another pitch runner here, this time for Tyler Hernandez.
Could be Lumpkin.
I believe either Davis Lumpkin. It'll be number 23. That is not Davis Lumpkin. No. That will be Brennan Fudger.
His dad helped me up the stairs, up in the press box during the Forest Acres Classic, doing the scoreboard. Nice gentleman. And the JV coaches are high on him, on Fudger.
Well, Fudger will get a lot more action next year, of course. With all the seniors we have departing from this program next year, it'll be a very new look AC Flora Ball Club next year, especially without Coach Hallett. This man will be there, though. Joe Ray, he awaits the first pitch. Ridgeway fires. The slider stays low and gets away off the shin guard of Sharp. Going to third is Lumpkin, and second is Cannon.
Camden is doing way too much of this.
I mean, this is what's caught up to them. They gave up their 1 run of last inning off a wild pitch. Fountain is taking full control of that game against Wren. They're up 8-2 now in the top of the 5th. Looks like it'll be going to deciding Game 3 tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're hoping Wren could win 2 in a row, but
I'll say, it doesn't matter to me. Let's play it.
You have to get to play the best eventually, and this is the Upper State Championship.
You do.
The 1-0 on the way. Fastball called, strike 1, outside third of the zone.
I mean, I don't know if Wren would be an easier game.
Who knows? I haven't seen either of them. I've been following more Fountain Inn just because of how good they've been, so I haven't really deep dove into them. I'll do probably that on Saturday if they win. But I mean, they've been doing their job. They just win, and they win big. And, of course, they got Parker Davis. The 1-1. Looks like a breaking ball that stays wide. Ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 away here in the top of the 4th. AC Flora has runners at second and third with a 9-1 lead over Camden. Trying to really put a dagger into the Bulldogs' hearts. Ridgeway looks at both runners, then delivers. The 2-1 is swung through and missed.
Good cut, 2. Joe.
Yeah, that's a hard pitch to get a hold of, but if he shoots that the other way, there's some trouble brewing. I mean, that right center fielder I call him right center because he's in right center is Bixby. If Joe Ray pokes one in that right field line, he may get to third yet again. So deuce is wild. 2 on, 2-2 count, 2 away. And Joe Ray delivering the clutch, the pitch. Fastball is poked down that right field line. That will curve foul.
You almost called it, Alex.
I tried. I did try. It's what he was trying to do. I mean, that ball was well placed. Bixby's has some speed, but if that ball gets down the line, Joe Ray's also got a lot of speed out there. That would have been a very big pitch. So Ridgeway about to throw pitch number 19. I'm a little off on the scoreboard. I messed up the count a little bit, so I had to readjust. The 2-2 yet again. Swung through and missed. Change up low in the dirt. Sharp will collect it. Throw to first. And it is in time to get Ray to retire the side. So AC Flora does not scratch any runs across, but they'll take their 9-1 lead into the bottom half of the fourth. We come back. Well, I guess I say that. I'll just stay on for 1 second. I'm going to try our camera here. See if I can before I update my pitches real quick. But yeah, we'll see if we can get it rocking and rolling for all y'all. A little blue. I'm not sure if that's going to change, unfortunately. How do you think?
I'd let it go for this inning.
Let this go?
Yeah, let it go.
Cool. I'll readjust it. Hold on a second. I have to readjust here. I know, y'all, it's a little weird right now. The web camera, I had to basically push it up a little bit.
That looks good.
I'm gonna probably to readjust. So yeah, you guys can see a little bit more of the stream now. See our boys a little better. And we're right back here.
Ready.
All right. Oh, I didn't even put the music on. Oops. Well, you guys got some video. We've got a 9-1 lead going to the bottom of the fourth. It's been all AC Flora so far through this game, and Sam McCutcheon will stay on the hill. He has been excellent so far for AC Flora. As Monty Lafitte re-enters the game at first, it'll be 4-5-6. Melichamp leading it off. The first pitch to the right-handers. A changeup called strike one. Well, Melichamp flew out to the center fielder, Charlie Scott, his first go-around. He has not had any success at the dish here against the Falcons. The 0-1. Fastball up high, ball one.
It is crazy they're just getting through the second time through the lineup.
I mean, this isn't even getting through. I mean, this is the heart of the order. This is the middle of the order. The 1-1. Fastball, that one's tapped back to the mound. McCutcheon retreats off the mound and fumbles the ball. Melichamp will reach. That will be an error on McCutcheon.
Got to focus, Alex.
Yeah, it's one of those. I think Sam kind of just tried to get out of his glove a bit too quickly. He had time. Melichamp does not get down the line quickly. But now I'm ruling that more of an error, and as Melichamp is now just 2 for 18 against AC Flora in his career, as Dalton Sharp will come up. Sharp struck out swinging back in the first inning. Right on right, Camden trailing by 8 runs. AC Flora trying to really push this lead up. Well, keep it there too. First pitch changeup, he went around, strike one. And y'all can see the screen a little bit better now.
Yeah, I think it's getting better.
Yeah, it's getting better. It's going lower. Y'all can see more, and you can see at least everyone looking there. Webcam's a bit blue, but nothing I can unfortunately do to fix that. The 0-1. Changeup called, strike two, enter third. Nice job. Nice pitch from Sam, too. That's such a good pitch to execute, and it really helps us out now.
Yeah, you don't want them to get any momentum now.
No, the 0-2, I guess, misses low for ball one. Well, Sharp is now 0 for 8 against AC Flora. 4 strikeouts for him in his career against our Falcons. McCutcheon ahead 1-2. Melichamp on first. McCutcheon will kick and deal the pitch. Fastball low and away. Ball two. Sharp has a homer, 11 RBIs in the year. So far in the playoffs, just now 5 for 13 with 2 RBIs. Had a really strong round 1, but now 0 for 4 since then. The 2-2 on the way. 12-6, just upstairs, ball 3.
That looked like he could have called a strike on that one.
I thought he should have called a strike on the first one he threw, or the other 2. But I guess that one stayed a little upstairs, so now it's a full count here to Sharp. 3-2, nobody gone, bottom of the 4th. The pitch on the way. Fastball swung through and missed, upstairs heat. Sam's 5th strikeout of the night, and out number 1.
That is a great pitch.
Such an important pitch as well, just to get the first one. Sharp has just not had any luck against AC Flora.
Coach Hallett is going to go talk to him, and
this will be all for
we got
Sam.
a sub.
Yep. I believe Tyler will go to first. Monty Lafitte will come to the hill. McLean Knight will go into right field. A pitching change as Sam McCutcheon does his job. Gives AC Flora
did a great job.
Some great innings. Only about 48 pitches for Sam, I believe, 47. So he will be very good to go next week. We'll be right back here on Definite Fishing as Monty Lafitte, the senior, digs in. We are back live on Definite Fiction. AC Flora in control against Camden on the road. It is a 9-1 lead as Monty Lafitte enters the hill. He will replace Sam McCutcheon as McLean Knight goes on the right field and Tyler goes to play first. So with the left-handed Maddox Dixon, first pitch, the fastball upstairs for ball 1. Lafitte making his 9th appearance of the season, a 3.20 ERA. The 1-0. Fastball called, strike 1, top of the zone. Screen's getting a little better and better by the second.
It is. It's looking a lot better.
Oh, yeah. The 1-1. Breaking ball upstairs. Dylan comes out of his glove, which will allow Melichamp to go to second.
They don't put the batter's number up there on the scoreboard either, and I keep looking there and I think it's a no out.
I know. Yeah, it's just batter 0, which is been batter 0 the entire game. So Monty will deliver the 2-1. Change up high and away, ball 3. Lafitte, last time we saw him pitch was the second game against York, where he pitched an inning and a 2/3, gave up 0 earned runs off of 2 hits and a strikeout. The 3-1 is a grounder over to the second baseman. Roper Wesky waits back on it. Has time. Curl hops, throws the first for out number 2. Melichamp will go to third. That's exactly how you draw it up right there.
That is exactly how you draw it up. That looked like an infield warm-up play.
Correct, and now it's Thorne Tucker with a runner on third and 2 away. He struck out looking back in the second against Sam. Now he's facing Monty for the first time. Another right-handed batter here for Camden. Monty will kick and deal the first pitch. That's a sky pop-up down the left field line. Chetwood ranging back. The third baseman is called off as it's the left fielder, Logan Price, who makes the grab.
Good communication.
Great communication. Logan calls them both off last second, makes the grab to retire the side. The Bulldogs strand a runner at third, and the Falcons lead it 9-1. We are back live in Camden, South Carolina. A 9-1 lead for AC Flora is now taken into the top of the 5th inning. AC Flora needs 2 runs and 3 outs to secure an upper state championship bid.
Let's do it right here.
And that's the plan. That is how we draw it up. It'll be right on right. Logan Price to lead it off. Ridgway back out there. First pitch, the fastball wide, ball 1. Price is 0 for 2 today, but he has been such a great addition here to this lineup this year. The 1-0. Fastball in tight, ball 2. He's just one of the kids that gets on base.
And I've always said if he gets on base, there's a 99% chance he's going to score.
That feels like that way, doesn't it? He's always in motion. The 2-0. Fastball called, strike 1 out or third. The 2-1. Curveball called, strike 2 on the outer third. Great pitch from Ridgway. Well, Logan, 18 swipe bags this season. He trails only Charlie.
I think Ridgway's doing better than the other 2 pitchers.
He seems to be finding the zone beautifully. As the 2-2 on the way is bounced over to the shortstop, Newman. He waits back on it. The throw into first is in time for out number 1. Yeah, he seems to be putting the pitches in kind of some. I feel like the other 2 struggle to find the zone.
Right.
It feels more like Ridgway is finding the outside part of the plate, and that's allowing AC Flora to have to swing the bat a little more than be more selective, So now back to Charlie Scott, the 4th time he's been up today. Charlie has gotten on base 3 times and come around and scored all 3 times. A right-hander awaits the first pitch. Change up in tight, ball 1.
God, that'd be a hard pitch not swing at.
I know.
That was good eye.
His plate discipline has been incredible. 19 walks for Charlie so far this year is the 1-0. Sliders called, strike 1, enter third. I guess 20 now after the leadoff walk, but Charlie had 574 on-base percentage, and for Charlie, 6 homers. 2 of them came here. The 1-1's wide, ball 2.
Well, maybe we can count on at least 2 pass balls from.
Well, Ridgway hasn't been throwing pass balls since.
Yeah, that's true.
He's been getting it up, which has helped out Camden here. The 2-1. Fastball low in the zone, strike 2. Well, after Charlie, it's Roper. Then it's the heart of the Falcon order. Can AC Flora get the 2 runs they need? The 2-2 on the way. That ball is lined right at the shortstop Newman for out number 2.
Man.
He hit it well, just right at the glove.
Well, that shortstop had an injury and a lot of balls today hit at him.
outs. Roper, Wensky up. Roper has also reached base all 3 times. AC Flora in danger of having a 1-2-3 inning. First pitch to the College of Charleston commit. It just misses away, ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 away here in the top of the 5th. AC Flora in control, 9-1 against Camden. Trying to close out the semifinals. The 1-0 is a fastball that skips by the catcher, ball 2.
That's why it'd have been nice if Charlie got on base.
It would have. I mean, he jolted one, but again, right at Newman. See ball, hit ball, as Charlie Scott said. He saw it and hit it, just found a glove. The 2-0 on the way. Fastball low, ball 3. So 3 balls, no strikes now as Dylan Hernandez awaits on deck.
Let's have a two-out rally.
We've done such a good job of that here in the postseason as well, haven't we?
We have.
Yeah, this team does not give up. They are still fighting to the last pitch of every single inning. The 3-0. Fastball low, a 4-pitch walk to Roper. As Roper reaches now for the 4th time this evening.
All right, Dylan, just launch one out of here.
I mean, that's the easy part, right?
You can do it. Nothing to it.
Oh, I mean, he's so good at it.
Tyler could do it too.
Oh, we have Charlie, Roper, Dylan, Tyler, Jack, Monty, Rohan have all hit homers. It's the top 7 in our order.
Yeah.
So the right-hander, he's 2 for 3, or 1 for 2 today, excuse me. He's walked, singled, and grounded out. Roper on first. The first pitch to Dylan. That's a hard ground to the shortstop. Glove by Bishop.
Man.
He throws a lollipop. That's a 1 bouncer, but right into the glove of Dixon for the 3rd out.
It's a good stop by the third baseman.
Yeah, a couple of hard hits. Unfortunately, the Falcons can't find a hole, but AC Flora still leads at 9-1, going to the bottom of the 5th. All right, the webcam's in full effect here at Camden. It's a 9-1 lead for AC Flora going to the bottom of the 5th. As Monty Lafitte, after only throwing 6 pitches last half inning, will come back out there. He gets 8-9-1. It's Bixby, Newman, and Bishop here.
Just to see their read off. We haven't got their read off.
Right on right, first pitch on the way. Fastball is lifted into the air in shallow left center field. Charlie ranging in, so is Logan Price. And it'll be Logan Price, the left fielder, to call everyone off for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out.
That's why you like it.
That's how it works, right? The Immaculate inning is not a 9-pitch inning. It's a 1-2-3 inning. So now Casey Newman up. He struck out swinging back in the 2nd inning. And Idol trying to flip it over to Thomas Bishop, their big bat in the order, who awaits on deck. Right-hander awaits the feet. He'll wind and deal. First pitch. Fastball, that one's ripped down the left field line, but it will curve foul. Those are my favorite ones, the long, hard strike number ones, when they come in their favor, not ours.
Still counts as a strike.
Still goes down as one. Well, again, Fountain in control, 8-2 up against Wren. It is looking more and more like they're going to go play an all-take-all game 3. That'll be on Saturday, and as you said, Jim, make them waste as many pitches as possible.
Please. In fact, go extra innings.
Yeah, Fountain Inn does win. We will be up there on Tuesday. 8-2. Yeah. Looks like it is, I'm watching Jeff as well. Looks like it is scoreless for the girls up in the upper state, back at home at Flora. Of course, it was a weird kind of circumstances that put this stream into effect. Me and Jeff were supposed to be here. However, it became all more apparent when the girls upset Wren at their place, and then the Dreer girls upset Daniel, making us host the Upper State Championship. The 0-1. Knuckle curve called, strike 2, low in the zone.
All right, Monty, let's get him right here.
This will be a nice second out. Keep the bases cleared for Bishop. Newman has struck out now 14 times this year. He's behind 0-2. The pitch is just spoiled foul. He shoots it to the Camden dugout to stay alive. Well, Sam's final line's complete. 3 1/3 inning. Give up 1 earned run off of 2 hits. He hit loud 5 strikeouts and 1 walk.
It's a nice outing.
The 0-2. Got him looking, strike 3. Frozen eyes with the outside heater, and there's 2 away. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to use that call for Sam. I know he's a big fan of that one, but it is out number 2 now. As Thomas Bishop will come up with the bases cleared. The leadoff man just 1 for 2 with a single and a flyout today.
If we get him out, that'd be huge.
It'd be a nice way to cap off the 5th. First pitch to the right-hander. Knuckle curves on the ground to the left side. Joe Ray, the shortstop on the backhand, makes the long throw to first. It's in time. Bonnie Lafitte has just thrown 12 pitches, gotten 5 outs, and kept Camden off the scoreboard. A 9-1 lead for AC Flora going to 6. All right, while we go between innings, I made a some ad copy here. I've been talking to Jim too much that I need to do my duties over here. Well, whether you're a homeowner or a contractor, the Big Red Box roll-off dumpster service can help with all types of cleanups. No project is too big or too small. Big Red Box delivers residential driveways, construction sites, businesses, and more. Learn about how they can help you simplify dumpster rentals today and how they can help you find a dumpster to rent in Columbia, South Carolina by visiting them online at BigRedBoxDumpsterCompany.com or give them a call at 803-783-6834. And of course, the 215 Legion team, they're in the top left of our screen, with a local Legion team that operates in Richland County, headed by the skipper, Coach Dorsey. He's the owner of the Big Red Box Dumpster Company. And of course, he's done such a great job with that Legion team. 2 state championships, 1 at the senior, 1 at the AAA level. Why should you play Legion? It's free, and there's great competition. You can play for a man who cares so much about the county. And
he does, and he is a great supporter of the Forest Acres Classic, too.
Yeah, he is. He supports all of these young men, a lot of these Falcons, a lot of these seniors will be playing Legion ball this summer. Looking forward to that. Well, here we go. It'll be heart of the order. 4, 5, 6. Tyler, Jack, and Monty due up in this inning. Still Ridgeway back out there. AC Flora needs 2 runs and 3 outs to win this one. First pitch, change up wide, ball 1. Well, Ridgeway came in back in the 4th inning and so far has done his job. He's worked in and out of trouble, but has allowed no runs to come across. The pitch is a pop fly down the left field line. Foul. Will be 1-1 now to Tyler. Well, Ridgeway got the save in the district-winning game against York, where he pitched 3 innings, gave up 3 earned runs. The 1-1 to Tyler is a change-up low, but called strike 2. And, I feel like with a lot of these Camden pitchers, we just have not seen them, unlike they've seen our Falcons. Their team's so different from last year. The 1-2. Fastball, that one sky to left field, and it will hook and go out of play. It looked like Graham was getting a good read on it, but just couldn't chase it down. You know, coming into this game, the only couple pitches we've seen, well, actually, Ridgeway is one of them, Bishop as well, and Graham. And Ridgeway pitched earlier this year, gave up 10 earned runs over a 5 2/3 innings pitch. He's pitched a lot better as the 1-2 is bounced over to Furness at second. He has it, throws it over to first, and it's out number 1.
He's pitching well.
He's doing his job indeed, and keeping Camden from getting run rule right now. It felt like AC Flora was on their way after scoring 9 runs in the first 3 innings, but since then it's been a slowed down pace for the offense. Not in part for the offense, more of just the defense of Camden's been making some nice plays, and some unfortunate hits going right in the gloves. Well, Jack Chetwood up. He's 1 for 2 with a fly out, a single, and a walk today. Right-hander awaits first pitch. Fastball called, strike 1 in the inner third. Well, Jim, as you were mentioning, the webcam looks a lot better now. You can actually see all the colors.
It looks good.
Looks good now. Now I can see everything. The 1-1. Fastball up around the letters, ball 1. So we will be up in Fountain Inn. If we are up in Fountain Inn, Jeff will be there. I believe he's going to go on the road with everything else now. 1-1 on the way. Curveball called, strike 2 on the inside third. I believe they were still in control of that game. It looks like it's still an 8-2 ball game in favor of the Fury. Ridgeway ahead, 1-2. He'll wind and deal the pitch. Swung through and missed, an inside heater. Drops out of the glove of Sharp, so he'll collect, make the strong throw to first. Chetwood gives it a good hustle, but it is out number 2. There's 2 away right now, up both here and up in Wren. It's a Golden Hurricane 1 runner at first, 2 away. And now it's Monty Lafitte up with the bases cleared and 2 away in the top of the 6th. Ridgeway fires the first pitch. Fastball on the ground, a dribble over to the left side, the backhand from Newman. Long throw to first is
Safe.
not in time.
That was a good try by that shortstop.
And Newman had a
Throwing against across his body.
a great backhand. Just could not get to first in time, and Monty hustling down the line beats it out. Looks like now Monty since he's the pitcher, he does get a courtesy runner now, which is a lot easier. Davis Lumpkin will be pitch running.
Davis Lumpkin, the courtesy runner.
So this one will be a courtesy runner. Cannon is out of the game after he was subbed out for again by Monty. So now it's Rohan up, 1 on, 2 away. Rohan has a sacrifice fly today. He's looking for his first technical hit. First pitch on the way. Off speed wide, ball 1. Well, again, this is the Upper State semifinal. Game number 2, AC Flora, just 6 outs away from beating Camden, getting some revenge from last year and punching their ticket to the Upper State Championship Series. The 1-0. Breaking ball called, strike 1 in your third.
Come on, Rohan, be a hitter.
Yeah, Rohan, when he swings that bat, it's so pretty. I mean, when he puts a good swing on the ball, that ball is going to fly. It's 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away now to Bremer. Lumpkin over at first. The pitch to Rohan is called, strike 2. Fastball on the outside edge. But Rohan's had a walk-off homer against Camden. That was back in his first game against the Bulldogs. He has 7 RBIs, now 8 after this game against Camden. He's in danger of striking out as a good pickoff move, just not in time. That's the best pickoff I think I've seen Camden throw here in the 2 games.
Yeah, that was a nice move.
Yeah, Lumpkin just got back in safely. It's always weird seeing the sliding gloves. I'm always not used to it still. So 1-2 on the way, swing through and miss, an inside change up. Bremer claps his hands, runs down first, and throws to first for the 3rd out.
A little low, Rohan.
Just a little over egregious, but that will retire the side. The Falcons have a 9-1 ball game lead going to the 8th. We're bottom of the 6th when we come back. Welcome back to Definite Fiction. Joe Ray will take the hill. So Jack Chetwood goes from third to short, and Monty Lafitte goes from the hill to third. An excellent day for Monty. Gave up no earned runs and no hits. Keeps AC Flora in full control. It's now 2-3-4 here against Joe Ray. The right-hander comes to the hill as the left-hander comes to the dish. Just 0 for 1 today for Furness. Joe Ray kicks and deals. First pitch on the way. Change up called, strike one.
Well, I don't want to jinx it, Alex, but the Camden fans are kind of leaving.
It's a rough start for the Bulldogs, and they have not picked up the tempo yet. Hopefully we can keep that going. The 0-1. Curveball just up and away, ball one. Well, Monty only threw 12 pitches, limiting his action. Now Joe Ray has thrown 2. 1/6 of what Monty threw over Monty's 5 outs. 1-1 now. Fastball up and in, ball 2. Well, for Joe Ray, it's his 9th appearance. He has 2 saves in the year and a 0.67 ERA over 10 in the third innings pitched. He's been excellent when called upon. The 2-1. Curveball stays high, ball 3. Well, AC Flora has a couple of arms still in that bullpen in case they're still needed. I know Alex Peraza, Riggs Scott, Lucas Price, all ready. As the 3-1 fastball stays wide, a 5-pitch walk. Second time Furness has walked today, and now it's Clay Ridgway. Falcon crowd staying around, trying to get 6 more outs. It'll be the southpaw Ridgway, who has the only RBI so far through this series for Camden. An RBI single back in the first. He also struck out swinging. Ridgway now just 5 for 17 against AC Flora in his Bulldog career. First pitch to the southpaw is a fly ball popped into the air to the left side of the infield. It's the shortstop Chetwood, who just ranges on to the left field grass to make the one-handed grab for out number 1.
I think one of the best moves Andy made was moving Chetwood to third. I know he's playing short now. Moving to the third, where he just reacts and he doesn't have to think about it.
I mean, his reaction time is incredible. He's been a great hot corner this year.
I know.
So now it's Mac Mellichamp, who reached off of an error last at bat. He's also flown out to the center fielder. The right-hander started this game on the mound. He's in hook for the loss if this result holds. Again, 9-1 lead for AC Flora here in the bottom of the 6th. 1 on, 1 away as Mellichamp for Camden trying to keep them alive. The pitch, the fastball wide, ball 1.
We should have had him out last time he batted.
Yeah, it was a one where
fluke.
It
was a fluke.
Fluke is right, yes. The 1-0. Fastball is off the end of the bat and popped foul. 1 ball, 1 strike now. We're through 6 up in Wren. Fountain in front 8-2. Looks like, as I've said multiple times, it'll be an all-deciding Game 3 on Saturday. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch is flown foul to the right side. It'll be 1-2.
Like I said, they can use all their pitchers and go to extra innings.
I mean, we will take as much as we can get them. AC Flora, their Upper State Girls Championship, leads at 1-0. That's where Jeff is. The 1-2. Breaking ball in the left-handed box. Dylan stops it. It's 2-2 now. Looks like the Falcons had a late goal to push them ahead, and now trying to stave off Dreer. The 2-2 on the way. Pitch is a sky-high pop-up into the infield right behind second base. Jack Chetwood has it, and he makes the one-handed grab for out number 2. Back-to-back pop-outs to Chetwood for the first 2 outs of the inning. Now puts Dalton Sharp up.
Coach Hallett's going to the mound.
Maybe all for Joe Ray, just making sure they get him some innings.
He's bringing a new pitcher in.
Yeah, it looks like he's potentially giving a couple pitchers some innings here late into the ball game. It looks like it may be Alex Peraza taking the hill.
Can't tell.
Well, I'm not sure. It's not Peraza jogging back from the bullpen, but... Or maybe it is not a new pitcher quite yet.
Maybe not. Well,
looks like there was a couple of jogs, and now it is a new pitcher. Well, Joe Ray got 2 outs, and the Falcons will turn over to yet another pitcher. Their 4th pitching change of the day when we return.
If you want me.
Huh? What's up?
If you want me.
Dalton Sharp.
Dalton Sharp? You said
Yeah.
you want? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, welcome back to Legion Field. Hank Gaines on the hill for AC Flora. Comes with a slew of defensive switches. First pitch, breaking ball low, ball 1 to Dalton Sharp, right on right. Well, quickly around the diamond, Monty moves back to first. Chetwood goes back to third. Joe Ray at short, and Tyler goes back to right. So McLean Knight's out of the game yet again. The 1-0. Curve ball upstairs, ball 2. Excuse me, 2. And Falcons in control 9-1 here against Camden. Looking to lock up the Upper State semifinal game. It'll be a balk called against Gaines, which will give Furness a second. I'm so bad at picking out balks, I have no idea. I can't even say it to back because I don't know what the call is.
Well, it's hard to see it from here.
Absolutely. Maybe that's my problem. The pitch on the way is a fastball called, strike 1 in the outer third. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 away now. Gaines kicks and deals the pitch. Breaking ball wide, ball 3. Well, if it gets that far, Maddox Dixon on deck, and then Thorne Tucker in the hole. AC Flora has limited Camden to just 2 hits tonight, and only 1 run allowed. Gaines will deliver the 3-1. That ball is flown out to left field. Logan Price races in. Slows up. He's got a one-handed grab on it, and he makes the play to retire the side.
3 outs away from an Upper State
Yes, we are.
semifinal win.
I'd love for our offense to just put some more nails in the coffin, but we'll be right back to see if they can. To the 7th we go. Welcome back to Definite Fictions, and congratulations, just went final. Our girls soccer team is heading to state, a 1-0 win over Dreer, as they are mobbing right now on the ice as we speak. So congratulations to the ladies. They are going back to the state championship. They are defending the crown, as they've been saying on Twitter. And they will have one
It's
more
a good
game.
club.
It's a great team.
And he's a good coach.
Yeah, Coach Navarro, he's been phenomenal to us, not just, on Definite Fiction, but for AC Flora. We are so happy to be associated with him. Well, Ridgeway, Joe Ray, right on right. First pitch to him is a fastball call, strike one to the outside edge. Well, Jim, this is another team going to state. Lacrosse made a state championship. Tennis won the state championship. Softball and baseball currently in playoffs for state championship. And now the girls soccer state championship. The boys will play for a potential state championship bid tomorrow.
It's springtime at AC Flora High School. That's the way it is.
The 0-1 is called straight to call upstairs, and it's just been such a successful spring season for AC Flora. I'll have to see who we're playing potentially for the girls' game. The 0-2, fastball way up high, ball one. And of course, I believe again Grayson Thomas won a state title yesterday. I believe it was the 1600 is what she won it in on the track and field. I know Coach Brown does a great job with all the guys and girls over there. The 1-2 from Ridgeway. Change up low and in, ball two. Again, Ridgeway came all the way back in the fourth. He is yet to allow an earned run today. Limited AC Florida just 2 hits. He struck out 3 Falcons and walked 1. He has been brilliant on the hill and given Camden some relief innings. The 2-2. Breaking ball hit Joe Ray in the back. The second time he's been hit today. And he'll reach race for the third time.
The poor guy's going to be black and blue. He's going to need to get into a bath.
Yeah, I believe that's where he got hit by the same one, because he's trying to stretch that left arm out. If you're gonna get hit, the curveball is the one to get hit by, though, right?
Yeah.
So now Logan Price, the 9-hole in the order. We'll dig in. This is potential sacrifice bunt territory. Again, up in the upstate Wren, 2 outs away from losing, and Fountain Inn forcing a game 3. 8-2 ball game up there. So right on right pickoff back to first. We're just got a good pickoff move. Thought he potentially may catch Joe Ray lacking. He does not. Well, Camden 13-16. They were the surprise here in the 4A tournament on both sides. North Augusta had a lot of hype going into them this postseason. The first pitch changeup inside, ball one, gets away from the catcher, and Joe Ray with a great read will take second.
Yeah, let's get on the base, Logan, with Charlie coming up.
Absolutely. You can't run Rule Camden anymore, but you can definitely add some insurance.
Right.
So ball one to Logan. It was the toughest out potentially in that first round last week. Trying to have a marquee moment here against the Bulldogs. The 1-hand toe breaking ball stays wide, ball two. Well, again, with 3 more outs, AC Flora will be off till next Tuesday, where you either host Wren or go on the road to Fountain Inn. We will be there for either one, so do not worry. 2 balls, no strikes. Camden and Ridgeway deals the pitch. Fastball called, strike one in her third. I guess back to my point I was making is, Camden was the prize of this 4A tournament. North Augusta had a lot of hype around them. Great Collegiate was very upset that they were in the bracket with North Augusta. But Camden had no expectations. They were the 3 seed in that region, that district with Seneca and York, and they ran through that district.
They did. They just caught fire at the right time.
Logan fights one off. He shoots one foul to the right side. It'll be 2-2.
Unfortunately, we're pouring water on it.
I know, it's always a good thing. I was talking to the Camden broadcast crew to the right of us. They are very gracious to let us be here and give us all the available equipment, including my chair, to be here. But yeah, so they play off baseball. That's how Camden does it every year. And unfortunately, fortunately for us, I guess in this regard, they're going to drop in the exact same place they dropped last season.
Well, historically, Camden has just had a really good sports program.
Yeah.
In everything.
Logan able to fight a breaking ball off. It'll stay 2-2, and they're 5-time state champions here on the Diamond. The last state championship was in 3A back to 1989, and they'll go back down to 3A next year. We will not be facing them again.
And they've had some really good football teams.
Yeah, we went 1-1 against them in region play these last 2 years. The 2-2 on the way. Fastball call, strike 3 on the outside edge.
He has pitched well.
That's his 4th strikeout today. Clay Ridgway has kept Camden in this game again. Mellichamp got roughed up in the 1st inning. Bishop had 3 earned runs come across him in the 2nd. I mean, it was just an onslaught for AC Flora. Now Charlie comes up right on right. He's reached base 3 times today. He had 7 RBIs in his last appearance here at Legion Field. Can he do it yet again? First pitch, fastball in the dirt. Nice glove from sharp ball 1. And it is a final. Fountain Inn beats Wren 8-2. So eyes will be into the upstate at Fountain Inn. A winner-take-all game 3 on Saturday between Wren and Fountain Inn. 2 of the top 6 teams in 4A. Here, though, AC Flora trying to knot up their win. The 1-0. Breaking ball, low and away, ball 2.
Boy, that was a hard one to not swing at.
I feel like we see that a lot.
That could have been a call strike.
Charlie continuing his exceptional postseason. So far for AC Flora, he's 10 for 15. The 2-0. Fastball up and in, chin music for ball 3.
Now that is totally opposite.
That was the easiest pitch you've ever seen to lay off of.
Exactly.
Well, I feel like a pitch over the head would be harder, but I feel like if you don't lower the bat, it just dinks off. Well, Roper Wensky awaits on deck. He's reached base all 4 times in his 4 plate appearances. Can Charlie reach base? He's ahead 3-0 in the count. Ridgway will deliver the pitch. Fastball called, strike 1 on the outside 3rd. Well, Jim, you've been with Coach Hout for so long. 22 regions won, 7 state championships. What has he meant to this baseball program?
Oh, everything. I mean, it was nothing before he came. I mean, just the facilities, the fundraising, the field. It was a goat track.
I mean, the Forest Acres Classic, he's
the
brought
Forest
that.
Acres Classic.
Charlie fights that one off.
I mean, this is his program. And, I don't know who's going to replace him, but that's a tough act to follow. It's going to be like when John Wooden left UCLA.
Is it unfillable shoes in a sense?
I don't know if they get the right person. And I've got some ideas on who could come in and do it, but I'm not going to say that. I don't want to, jinx anybody, but it's going to be tough. I don't think the principal needs to, and the AD need to make sure the coach that comes in understands how much work is done in this program. It's not just coaching; it's administration and fundraising. And
absolutely, the ball is going to be a chuck swung to the right side. Going to be a tough play. Furness, second baseman, has it. The throw into first is in time for the out.
And it's just a lot of work, and this has been his life.
He's done such a great job with this program. It looks like Charlie may have beaten that out, but
I thought he was safe.
Yeah, well,
but I'm not out there.
Well, yeah, it's not exactly the smartest idea to challenge the 9-1 to start arguing the call of the 9-1 lead.
Maybe these umps are ready to go home.
Roper Wensky up to the dish. Hit would give him the team high. We've been talking about the last couple games. Charlie and Roper have been tied pretty much since last week. Neither one of them have scraped across an RBI since then. Can Roper break through that trend? Right on right is Ridgway, potentially his last batter of the day. Will work out of the windup. The first pitch to Roper is a fastball in the dirt that skips away from Sharp. And for the second time, Roper will get out of the way of a ball in the dirt, and a run will come home.
How many runs have we scored off of that?
I believe it's just 2.
2?
I believe just 2, yeah. I believe it was just Charlie back in the 3rd, and then right there, Joe Ray. But now it's a 10-1 lead. AC Flora in firm control, a 9-run cushion for Roper Wensky. Base is clear here in the top of the 7th. But a successful night for AC Flora Athletics. Feels like that's how it's been the last couple of years. The 1-0 fastball upstairs, ball 2. No, it keeps winning and winning and winning. This has been a spring sport here that is one to remember for the Falcons.
Winning never gets old.
It never does. The 2-0. Fastball wide, ball 3. If it gets that far, it's the brothers, Dylan, then Tyler, who will wait after. Of course, the All-State selection, Roper Wensky, his second All-State selection. He was an All-State second baseman back in his sophomore year, and he was an All-State quarterback this past fall. The 3-0 on the way. Fastball called, strike 1, inner 3rd. Well, you always wonder how you're going to deal with the losses. Some of the big ones, Sparky, Zach Sneed, and Luke Shalcom all going to play baseball at the next level, and feel like AC Flora has filled those beautifully, and in part, a lot of the seniors have really stepped up and elevated their play. As a Roper tries to take some of his Falcon teammates out, a bouncer back to the dugout.
Well, it seems to go in cycles with the senior classes. You know, you'll have a great senior class, and they all in sports, and they leave, and then you have a couple of down years, and then the senior class comes up, and they start winning again. You know.
The payoff to Roper. That fastball's lined right back where it came from. Roper Wensky has now reached his base for the 5th time today. It's his 3rd hit.
And that's the thing about this program. You know, we've seen a lot of good teams come through, Riverside, Eastside, you know, that were good. And they had good players, but the consistency here is what's amazing over 22 years.
7 state championships. So it'll be Dylan Hernandez, Roper at first. 10-1 lead for AC Flora here in the top of the 7th. The right-hander awaits as Ridgway will deal the first pitch. Change-up low, skips away from Sharp, but not far enough away for Roper to attempt to take second.
But some of those teams, I mean, they have big years. Book and Casey, I mean, I've seen them, but then they just go away, and you don't hear from them anymore.
I mean, you barely heard of Brooklyn Casey the last couple of years.
I know.
They had a run to the lower state championship, I believe, in 3A a couple of years ago with Ty Marshall, Hayden Thomas, Parker Murgo, and all them. But since then, you haven't really heard of them. The 1-0, slider away, ball 2. It will be interesting if, you know, we do play Airport in the state championship if the bracket fills out that way, because one of the pitchers we would have seen the last time he played Brooklyn Casey, Rylan Bullis, will most definitely be pitching game 1 of that championship series.
Yep.
He has been excellent for the Eagles, been a stalwart on the hill. Him and Cash Epps, as Cash is starting to pitch more and more. The 2-0, fastball is a sky-high pop-up to the right side and foul ground. First baseman Dixon, it looks like the pitcher Ridgway will get over there and foul ground, call everyone off and make the play, and that will retire the side. But AC Flora gets 1 run across on the wild pitch. They get 10-1 with 3 outs left to go to upper state championship berth. Let's finish them off. Yeah, we can keep talking through this. You know, we have a conversation.
Well, if we end up playing Airport in the in the state finals, and we're lucky enough to get there, I've got some really good stories about the last time we played Airport.
I was say, what year was that? Was that 20 like?
That was the last one of that 3-state state championship, I think. I get those 3 years kind of confused because they were so good all 3 years. And I never thought we'd 3-peat, but we did.
I mean, we should have 2-peated, you know, back in 2020, 2021, but unfortunately, COVID did not have plans like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we had a super team during COVID. And we had a real good team. Let's see, Andy's third or fourth year. We had a great pitcher that was on the JV team, and he ended up going to Blythewood, and Blythewood won a state championship with him, and he was at Flora.
Jeez. It looks like Camden will be exhausting their bench. Hunter Zabransky will be due up here in the place of Maddox Dixon.
3 more outs, and they're always the hardest outs to get.
It's never easy, is it? You know?
It is never easy. It's like, you know, let's just finish it up.
Just finish it up, go home. It'll be Hank Gaines staying out there, at least for now. Cannot see our bullpen. Kato McGuff's bullpen is empty over there, but here we go. Looks like another new pitch hitter on deck as well. So Hunter Zabransky will hit. Zabransky, the senior, potentially his final at-bat here at Legion Field, and his final at-bat in his high school campaign. Falcons need 3 more outs. First pitch called, strike 1, a curveball down the pipe. There goes Zabransky, Freeman, and then technically Dustin Bixby, but if Coach Beckley has any indication, maybe different than Bixby. The curveball is foul, tipped into the glove upstairs, 0-2. Or maybe a fastball, rather. Looked more like a breaking ball, but hard to tell when I looked up late. The 0-2 on the way. Breaking ball, that was definitely a curveball. It was in the dirt for ball 1. Well, AC Flora, again, Upper State Championship. The last time we went was 2021, correct?
2021.
And we will.
That was a great team.
State championship team. The 1-2. Change up and away. Ball 2. Well, I don't mind the curveball. The fastball up and away, just trying to get Deuce a swing and a miss. And now we'll see how he delivers. The 2-2 is on the way now. Breaking ball in the dirt. It's ball 3.
Come on, Hank. Just throw pitch. Just throw strikes.
Yeah, just finish this game out. Send them home happy here. Well, send us home happy. Only one of the two can be. The payoff. Fastball upstairs. It's a walk. Zabransky will reach. So now it's a leadoff man on board for Maddox Freeman.
Number 7, Maddox Freeman.
So Maddox Freeman's first time here against AC Flora. He has 2 stolen bags in the postseason, but is yet to have an at-bat. First pitch on the way, right on right, is curveball low for ball 1. And it will be Dustin Bixby to hit after he's in the on-deck circle. Freeman, a sophomore, who awaits the 1-0. Fastball upstairs, ball 2. This is also Freeman's second time facing AC Flora. He went 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Here he
and a
goes.
stolen base, and this may be all for Hank. It's been 6 straight out of the zone. It's looked like that mound has not been favorable. I think he slipped and fell, not fell, but slipped at least twice. So we'll see what Coach Hallett decides to do. Runner on first, 2-0 the count. You're a 10-1 lead for AC Flora.
Taking him out.
Yeah, jumped all over Camden. Looks like hopefully one final pitcher will be called upon. That is Riggs Scott. He closed out game number 1. He will be called upon to finish it up for AC Flora. The 5th pitcher for the Falcons will take the mound after Hank Gaines gets 1 out to finish off the end of the 6th. And now it'll be Riggs called upon to pitch the 7th. We'll be right back here as Riggs warms up. Well, welcome back here to Legion Field at Camden. AC Flora 3 outs away from going to the Upper State Championship. They're still waiting on the opponent. It'll be Rick Scott, who pitched the scoreless inning against Camden on Tuesday to finish out the game, will be called upon to the exact same thing. The right-hander inherits a 2-0 count and throws a fastball high and away for ball 3. Well, Jim was asking, we were looking, it was a final score. May River knocks off Hartsfield to take game 2, so it's a game 3 going to go happen on Saturday in the lower stage. It's a 3-0 pitch, it's a fastball high, a 4-pitch walk. Technically, the walk will go against Hank, I believe.
Bulldogs, number 3, Dustin Bixby.
So now it's Dustin Bixby up. For Airport, they're ahead 5-2. They're looking to sweep North Augusta and head to the lower state championship. That Airport team has not lost a playoff game in over a year. They swept their way through the playoffs last year. So right on right for Riggs Scott. He'll wind and deal, first pitch. Swung through and missed, upstairs heater. Well, Riggs making his 9th appearance as a 0.58 ERA over 12 innings pitched. Only 1 earned run, 14 strikeouts compared to just 5 walks. Got runners at first and second here. The 0-1. Fastball is tapped foul, 0-2 quickly.
I wouldn't mind seeing a little double play.
That would be really nice. You know, just get 2 quick outs and send us back to the bus happy. It's always the plan, right? Looks like another pitch hitter awaits on deck. Get you that one in 1 second. Looks like it may be Dalton Sharp. If I got the number correctly. The 0-2 is a fastball upstairs for ball 1. Never a bad idea to try to get to extension out of the zone. It's actually going to be number 8, rather, not number 9. Will be Matthew Lounsbury. Riggs working out of the stretch. Well, looks like they're potentially going to try to get a pick off at second for Zabransky, but no dice.
They were thinking about it.
Riggs is ahead, 1-2. He'll kick and deal the pitch. Swung
Got
through
him.
and missed. Low changeup for out number 1.
Got him. Good pitch.
Changeup has done himself great wonders.
2 outs away.
Batting
Now
for
it's
the
Matthew
Bulldogs,
Lounsbury.
number 8, Matthew Lounsbury.
So Matthew Lounsbury, 0 for 5 so far this season. This will be his first shot at the Falcons in his career. Just a junior, so he'll be back here next year. Right-hander at the dish, Riggs Scott. Looks around the diamond and will step off.
I guess they don't want to put the outs up on the scoreboard.
There they go.
Oh, there it is.
First try. So 2 of the 4A state championship game, or 4A playoff games, the Elite 8 if you call them, are going to a deciding game 3 on Saturday. North Augusta and Airport looks to be going that way unless North Augusta can rally in the 6th and the 7th inning. And of course AC Flora just 2 outs away from knocking off Camden in straight games. This will put our region record in a nice 5-1 against them all time here in the region, with just that 1 loss last year. Or probably more, actually. That's a lie. That's way more. The 0-1, fastball low. Ball 1. Or, excuse me. We won 2 last year. We won 3 now this year. So, oh, yeah, 6-1. There we go.
6-1.
6-1 against Camden. Our 2 years we faced him in the region. He'll take it. The 1-0. Fastball wide. Ball 2. Of course, Camden going back down to 3A. Actually do have their regions. It's going to be Airport, Brooklyn, Casey, Gilbert, Lower Richland, and Swansea next year for Camden. The 2-0. Fastball.
God.
Up around the letters, I guess. Ball 3. Just a bit high.
That's like 2.
Yeah, this year they finished 4th in the region behind South Point, York, and ourselves. But, of course, Thomas Bishop awaits on deck. If it gets that far, the 3-0 on the way. Fastball right down Broadway for strike 1. Well, Riggs technically has the lowest ERA of any qualified pitchers on our team. I usually give my line at the 10 innings for my qualified pitchers. As he'll deliver the 3-1. That ball's on the ground to Joe Ray at short, who fumbles the ball, and he cannot get a grip on it. Everybody's safe. It will be an error, and the game will keep going.
That was a double play.
Taylor made double play ball. We'll load him up for Thomas Bishop.
Batting for the Bulldogs, number 15, Thomas Bishop.
Coach out directing traffic, shifting his outfield. Bishop has blasted 3 home runs in the postseason. However, AC Flora's held him in check today. Just 1 for 3. Potentially be Bishop's last at-bat as a senior. Camden, though, has loaded them up with only 1 out.
It's never easy.
You said they're always the hardest 3 outs to get.
It is.
Proving that way right now. First pitch to the right-hander. Curveball wide, ball 1. I wouldn't be surprised if we pitch around him in a sense, as well. And it will be the young 8th grader, Owen Martirano, who waits on deck for Brady Furness. The 0-1, or the 1-0, excuse me, is a fastball low, ball 2. Owen's brother Cade went to Francis Marion after last year. He was one of the elite pitchers this Bulldogs team had. 2 balls, no strikes. Riggs will kick and deal the pitch. Change up his foul tip back as Bishop just missed it. I think he was swinging for the fences there.
I think he wants to clean the bases.
9-run cushion for AC Flora. 10-1 lead over Camden in the bottom of the 7th. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 away here. It's Camden down to their final 2 outs of their 2026 season. The 2-1. Fastball up around the eyes, ball 3. I'll tell you what, the webcam looks great now after the white
It
screen we
does
saw.
look good.
Jeff never ceases to amaze. The 3-1. Fastball call.
That's a strike.
One
Don't
up
do-
in top of the zone. Bishop wanted to race to first. Instead, it's a 3-2 count now. Base hit ball 4 scenario, if you will, but just not for us. Strikeout scenario, right? Strikeout pop up.
Come on, Riggs.
Riggs will kick and deal the pitch. That ball is driven to the left field. Going back is Logan. Flipping his hips. He has room near the wall. Makes the one-handed grab for out number 2. Tagging in third. And scoring is Zabransky. A long sacrifice fly for Bishop for the second out of the inning.
Boy, that was close.
It looked like it had, off the bat, it looked like it had some serious length, but it dies just short of the wall.
Batting for the Bulldogs is number 14.
I mean, he probably hit that tonight about 345, and he probably hit that 344 feet. Well, it's Owen Martirano. Last chance for Camden. They're down to their final out here in 2026. Martirano is 0 for 1 this season, been used more as a pitcher. A young 8th grader awaits in the right-handed box. The first pitch from Riggs is swung through and missed, elevated fastball.
14's an 8th grader.
He's an 8th grader, yes sir.
Wow.
Yeah, he will be someone to watch for this Camden team as it goes along. His stats are inflated as he 0-1 fastball hits him, I guess, clipped him. Interesting. He hit by pitch to load him back up now. As Martirano, his 4 earned runs that he had came in the game against Blythe when he pitched. Not bad at all. So play Ridgeway back to the dish. This is unironically Camden's best inning. This will be the 7th man they bring to the dish. As Ridgeway is 1 for 3. A strikeout pop up and an RBI single. A left-hander for Riggs, who is trying to finish out this game for Flora. The right-hander kicks and deals first pitch. Fastball up and away, ball 1. AC Flora's won 12 in a row. They're 3 pitches away, or potentially even 1, from going 13 in a row. And now Coach Howell will come out and talk to Riggs. Camden flipped their season around. We talked a lot about it on Tuesday. Just started 4-11, hitting .218 as a team through March. Since then, though, they are 9-5, outscoring York and Seneca last week in the playoffs 33-8. But since then, they have been outscored by AC Flora, now 16-2 in their 2 games.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall and hear what he's telling Riggs.
I mean, you got to have some idea, right? You know Coach Howell for so long.
I think he's just saying throw strikes.
Is it that simple?
I think that's what he's saying.
Hopefully it's just that simple, right?
Don't try anything fancy.
Just close him down. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 away now to Ridgeway, the 2-hole hitter. Sam McCutcheon in line for the win with 1 more out. The 1-0. Curveball call, strike 1, low in the zone. That'll do it. For Ridgeway now just 5 for 18 here against AC Flora in his career. Trying to extend this game for the Bulldogs. The 1-1. Curveball called, strike 2. Back to that curveballs, and now Camden down to their final strike.
Whatever Andy told him, it worked.
Apparently. Dugout clapping him down. Riggs Scott will kick and deal the pitch. Got him looking,
That's
strike 3 right down the pipe. And that will do it.
Game.
AC Flora comes to Camden.
That's it.
Knocks off the Bulldogs, and we'll head to the Upper State Championship.
Yes, we will. And we get Saturday off, Alex.
No tomorrow game, right?
No tomorrow game. We get, next game will be, I guess, Tuesday or Monday?
Tuesday. It'll be Tuesday, potentially at home. We'll keep an eye on that. It was a Fountain Inn win tonight that will extend that to a game 3 tomorrow. But AC Flora gets rid of their demons after a crushing defeat last year to these Bulldogs. They outscore Camden 16-2 over their 2 games, sweep the Bulldogs, and go to a perfect 5-0 here in the postseason.
Well, I've enjoyed it.
It's been a pleasure,
Thanks,
Jim.
Alex.
Thank you for joining me. I will hopefully see you again next week.
You will see me. I will be at Falcon Field.
We will be there, and we will hopefully be 1-0 or 1-0 after we play.
All right. Thanks.
We'll see y'all there.
Okay.